Okay, friends, I think we're live again. There might be a little bit of a delay to bring it up. Hopefully, I'm watching stream. Hopefully that's good now. Do I see everything? I think I see everything that I see is what you guys see. Yeah, if I just full screen that, the camera angles are just about the same. We're back, baby. We're back. All right. Off to another shaky start. Everything's broken. Yeah. Yeah. Why? Why are we always... Why are we always starting off? Well, I can tell you why we're always starting off on a shaky footing here for the past couple of days. It's because we got that new computer. You learned I was a monochrome dude when we were talking talking artisans last episode. Yeah, man, yeah. Ashes. The keycap set ashes? The keycap set ashes? Let's see here. I do not know if I got in on this. Let me look. Let's go to keyboard and ashes. Search. That name sounds familiar. Do I not have it there? Keyboard. Ashes. Oh, I see it. Yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. I don't think I got this one. Just so you guys can see what we're talking about here. We will start off with a little bit of this. Yeah, here we go. Boom and boom. There we go. Look at that. There's the ashes. That's pretty cool. I like this. GMK ashes. You know what? I did see this. I thought I might have actually bought this. I can't remember. I did have a big purchase today. Not big, but a big purchase I'm very excited about. So we were talking artisans. I picked up an M65 in the moon gray color, so I'm super stoked on that. Let me give you guys the full details. So I had a Moon M6 with an extra base, the Grid A mixed multicolor cap set, with maybe a couple of caps missing, but I'm totally fine with that because the lad who's sending it to me is sending it to me for free. So he's got the moon gray case and then the purple bottom. Oof. Super stoked on this. Here we go. Here's a little teaser. Let's see if I can get this to work. Let's see if this might not work since it's slack. Oh, no, it does. There we go. I've got that coming in. Minus the artisans and the escape key. But I've got that silver gray M6 coming in with a purple base. The certified original. I'm super stoked on that. I can't wait. So this one looked kind of clean, right? GMK ashes. That mouse mat is cool too, minus the sword. I can't do the sword. No, the macro pad. I got the macro pad so that I could show off a couple of artisans on stream. And I also want it, I'm gonna set it up, like I'm gonna set up macros on it so that I can like swap between scenes on it. I'm pretty sure I can like set it up so that I can, you know, I've got the just chatting scene, I've got the keyboard scene, I've got the display capture scene, that's the display capture and this is the keyboard scene, and then I've got one for like a guest when I do the crazy display capture up here where I have to move Discord's panel up there, and then there's like the gaming setup. Basically I just want to have the setups for all of it. And I'll be able to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I 1, 2, 3, 4. I have the Premiere editing skin here too. We need to return back. So man, we've got things loaded up here on us. All right, guys. So let me plug into my music here so I can start chilling out too. Oh yeah, there we go. So we've got some cool things coming up. So first, I'm gonna do a little bit of an unboxing today. I've got a Polaris build that we're going to be doing tonight. Stream looks good with the new black gray look. Toodaloo beige. Yeah, well, we've got some color here too, Yeffy. I don't know if you saw it, but did you catch this stream? We've still got this bad boy built up. This thing turned out nice. The Think 6.5. Oh yeah. Really, really cool board there. And I added some colors, you can see. It's kind of beige, off-white I'd say, but listen to this. Turned out so nice. Hey, so how does be really honest with me, and especially you audiophiles out there, how does stream sound tonight? I am going to turn the music off for a second. Like I reformatted the computer, so Streamlabs is running on pretty fresh settings right now. So what does everything sound like to you guys? I want to make sure everything sounds good. I think I have it set right now that the audio output, the audio bit rate that's going out right now, it should be okay. All right, so we're back. Watching this on the proof second monitor, so it's hard to tell. I hear you, Mel. Yeah, I'm especially wondering about the audio though, because the audio, the bit rate should be good, but I'm not sure. I think I have it set to 2. What do I have the bit rate set to for audio? The output is set to 256. So I think you could pump it up to like 300, but I don't think I was on 300 before. I think I was on bitrate was 256 before. The keyboard test was a little bit quiet, huh? Okay, maybe when I had it just on the actual desk, because I've actually got my mic up here and the keyboard down there might have been a little low in volume. I'm on a 65-inch screen right now with a big ass subwoofer. Sounds great to you. Nice, that's what's up. Yeah, nice. All right, guys. So yeah, let's get into a little unboxing first. And this isn't an unboxing because I got excited and I already unboxed it. But I'm super stoked to show you guys a couple things here. The first of which we'll be like halfway putting to the test today. So I got this little guy in, which I am super stoked on. So this guy came in earlier tonight, and it's got the needle point attachment on it by default. But this thing is so cool. It's so small. Like, I mean, it's almost, aside from the tip, you can touch like everything on this guy. It just pops out with a 3.5 millimeter audio jack, and so I'm like, this TS80 is just like the coolest thing. I kept seeing it, and not only that, but like, here's my phone charger on the USB-C. Here's the USB-C on the power with this little guy. He's probably gonna turn on here in a second, and maybe I need to hold it. I need to figure out how to turn this thing on, how to work it actually. Let's see here. Rip, it doesn't work. I already broke it. But yeah, that's like, it's kind of cool. Like, you have the USB-C charged soldering device. Like, what? And there's like firmware that comes on this thing. Like, look at this little thing, guys. It's so cool. Like, I'm like nerding out over like a stupid little soldering iron, but it's like the coolest thing. Now, let me see if I can actually get the damn thing on. I don't know how you turn it on. I'm like looking here. Like looking back and forth at this thing. Like, Rip, is it not like plugged in? Like, what's going on here? Maybe I have to like hold something I'm not holding. What in the world? I had this thing legit working here. We'll keep it plugged in for a second. Maybe it's like angry at me for something. I don't even know how to work the damn thing. But I'm stoked on it. This little guy, it like frees up so much space on the desk. I just have like a super long USB-C cable. The power brick is like, there's nothing to it. Whereas the comparison that you guys have to that guy is like this honking thing. And not only that, but you've got this behemoth that goes with it. So, anyone know how to work one of these things? I literally like took this thing out the box, plugged it into the USB-C earlier tonight, and it just worked immediately. Like, is there something special that I have to do to get this damn thing on now? Does it like have to do with that? I don't get it. I don't get it. There's like no instructions that come with it either. I was like searching through how to turn on TS80. It's just like 2 buttons on it. TS80 soldering manual. Okay, let's see here. Yep, so there's the overview. Power adapter setting, power adapter selection. Just make sure. Yeah, power adapter's for sure in there. It is for sure getting power. Operation, insert the soldering tip connector and turn on the power. Like it says connect the TS80 power source with a USB-C type cable, turn on the power and follow the instructions. Note if send air appears. There's nowhere to turn it on. Am I an idiot? It says insert it and that's it. Like, also I don't know what this little extender is. Like, you see how this thing pops out a little bit? I think maybe it's for like, let's see here. Installation, screen interface. Yeah, well, let's leave it on for just a minute. Maybe the I literally don't know. Rip, it's like fresh out of the box today and it's like broken already. We'll leave it over to the side here. Watch, it'll all of a sudden start popping up and it'll like set my house on fire. We'll leave it plugged in for a minute. Let's see what we get. Maybe I'll try a different outlet too, just for shits and giggles. The outlet I had it on should be good. I'm like plugged into a surge protector too. Let's try the outlet over here. I'm like going crazy on this thing now. Let's hear it. But like, look at this. It's like the smallest little power brick. It's awesome. There's like nothing to it. It's definitely not having to do with the outlet I had it on because it's doing the same thing now. Yeah, so maybe, who knows, maybe someone will chime in here and chat and be like, no, you're an idiot. You're supposed to you're supposed to let it sit for a second to figure itself out, or who knows. All right. In before scuff stream. Well, I mean, like I said, I don't have the tip that I want for this thing anyways, so I wanted to get the Hako out anyways, but I just wanted to show that little guy off. All right, so let's see here. Let's take a look. All right, so it's pretty simple, right? Here's the instructions. Insert the tip, insert the USB-C, connect TS power and power source, you turn on the power and follow the instruction. Like, turn on the power to like your house. Like, I guess if power is on the outlet, you should be good. Like when I plugged it in earlier, it like popped right on as soon as I plugged in the thing. Yep, that's all right. I mean, this is the power adapter that came with it, so I know it should be fine. Let's see here. Let's see. Heating operation. Yeah, I went through all of this earlier. It was like super easy to like get working. All right, working. Blah, blah. A virtual disk. It's like this is where like we've gone too far. This actually comes with firmware. Like this soldering iron, like you can actually connect up to your computer and All right, so let's see here. Cut off power for, pull out the old soldering tip and insert a new one. Turn on power, since blah blah blah. My soldering tip is not installed before place once again. Yeah, so I've got this B02 tip on right now. I absolutely need the D25 tip. So do not leave at high temperature, do not push on the damaged tip, do not use blah blah blah. Troubleshooting guide. No display. If power supply cable is broken, connect to see if computer has a USB connection or TS enter, blah blah blah. Maybe that's what's going on. Maybe I need to like connect that to the computer real quick. Although I don't have a USB, hold on. I need to connect up a different cable for doing that. We're not gonna take too long on this, guys. We'll troubleshoot this for like 2 seconds and then we're gonna go into some more unboxings and some more interesting content. I just want to show this like nifty little thing to you guys if I can. It's like such a small, cute little soldering iron. It's crazy. All right, let's see if we recognize anything if I plug it in. So let's go device manager. See, look, there it goes. I plug it into the computer and it's like, hey, I see you. Look at this, guys. See, I'm not lying. I haven't lost my mind completely. See, there we go. We've got a display on the thing now. And it's through my USB option. It's like giving me the option to like heat it. Nope, I don't want you to heat it through that. That's not going to be a good. That's not going to be a good. Maybe I need to update the firmware or something on it too. I don't know. We'll see. So let's disconnect it because there's literally no power. Hey, what's up, Jenna? Good to see you. I mean, let's see if this thing is like powering my phone. If it should be. Oh, I wonder if our power brick is faulty. Like we're literally not seeing power on this guy through the brick. I wonder if this guy's like having issues. Is it the cable or is it the brick though, I wonder. And I just tried it in like a wall outlet too, so I know it's not. No, it's not my surge protector. If I can find another outlet for it, let me see here. There we go. Alright, well that's good news. At least I know it's not like the... Yeah, that's not the iron. Huh. Yeah, so I mean this thing's not providing voltage to it anymore. So I either need to find another, like why would that be? This thing is rated QC09 input AC blah blah blah, output 5 volts, 3 amps, DC 9 volt 3.0 alpha. I mean, who knows? I'm gonna have to look into this and see why this is doing this. That's very interesting. I don't know what would have like I didn't plug anything else into it. I don't know if something else like reverse amped this thing and like got it going, but yeah, in order to get this guy working, we'll need to find a new, I wonder if this power right here will work. What is this thing rated for? AC adapter. Yeah, this is a 5 volt. Let's see here. QC09. Is this the same thing? No, it's not. This is a different input power adapter. So completely different. We're obviously not plugging that in. All right. Well, we'll troubleshoot that later. We were going to use the Hako tonight, anyways. But yeah, cool little pickup with this guy. I'm excited. As soon as I got the tip coming for that thing too. All right. So let's unbox. We have got. First and foremost, a mail day. A mail day. Let's see what we got here. I can find. There we go. This is like some serious wrapping paper on this guy. They went ham with this thing. Oh my goodness, it's like covered in paper. I don't even know where to start with this guy. It's like paper. They have it like wrapped in paper and then in this tape. Like the entire box is wrapped in tape. Who did this to me? Ooh, I know what it is. What are your thoughts, everybody? Who knows what this is? Yep. Well, you're right. I'm definitely interested in the build, or in the shipping. I understand. I mean, it makes sense to me, and I'm going to absolutely ship it to you just like this. But what do you guys think? What could, hey, another Polaris. I'm like the Polaris build stream guy right now. I built like 5 of these things here by the end of the week. This is getting crazy. So yeah, I understand why they did it. They didn't want to ship it in a larger box, and at the same time they didn't want to have like the logos showing all over the place. So they literally shipped it in like just a ton of paper and then taped the whole thing. So yeah, that's kind of funny. Oh, I got paper up in my keyboard. All right. So let's see what we got here. I'm not gonna let you guys see the. I'm not gonna let you see the label. You guys have to guess. What layout do we have here, guys? Is it wing keyless? Is it standard? Or did the Polaris come in an HHKB? Is it maybe an HHKB layout? Oh my goodness, what could it be? Do I finally have a standard layout Polaris to look at, or is it going to be another wing key? Keep the Polaris, ship me that unicorn. Okay, buddy. All right. All right. What do you guys think? What are we opening up here? Hey, they did do an HHKB. Okay. Yep. I'll put his timestamp right on top. Rip. Well, now you guys know who this one's for. There it is. Hulda Heath has followed. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. All right, so all the little accoutrements here with the Polaris. This is a rip here. Hopefully we don't have any scratches on the polycarbonate because it's shipped without anything wrapping the polycarbonate in. So you know, Yeffy has you streaming on every screen in our house so he doesn't miss any of the build. That's funny. Hey, I'll take that. That works for me. Oh man, look at this. Look at this brass. Oof. It has like a different, it almost looks like a yellower color to me. What's up, Bree? How you doing? Nice. Nice. So there's the plate. And so, yeah, the plate looks like it's not, I don't think it's a fixed layout on the bottom. I think they give you, maybe it is, maybe they give you options though. I can't remember. I can never remember it at first glance with the 60% plates. There's always so much going on. But yeah, looking good. Oh, hey, happy birthday, by the way. Happy belated birthday. That's what's up. Okay. Then we've got the PCB. You guys have seen the PCB before. We've shown this PCB off a couple times. We've got the cut in it. We've got a couple of spots here, the little outlines for what stabilizers you're using, so you can put the shifts on it. LEDs on the back, reset button, the AIO3 logo there. Oh yeah, pretty standard stuff with the PCB. USB-C connector. I'm always interested as to why, I guess they were cutting, but why they didn't put, I've said this before, why they didn't put the PCB in an anti-static bag. I mean, that's the big brain move for sure. All right, now let's get to the important part. Here we go. Oh my goodness. This is like in here tight too. Yeffy, I hope this thing comes out without snapping. Oh my goodness. Like I feel it flexing in the actual case. Oh my goodness. I'm like nervous as hell pulling this thing out of here. Whew, whew, whew. That was like dangerous feeling. Like the top case wasn't screwed down. That was like a huge rip. Oh my god. That would not have been good. Look at that. I was nervous. I was gonna like take that thing out slower, but man, with the top just chilling right off of it, like why? I don't get it. Why didn't we lock this top down in shipping? Anyways, whatever. Let's take a look. I think it got to us in one piece. Oh my god. Yeah, right? Like I'm like I had this like the top part of the case to get me leverage and it's like lifting up and pulling. I'm like, nope, don't want to pull that. Yeah. I wonder if the top not being screwed in has damaged it a bit. Well, I hope not. I mean, I'm looking at it here. It had a good fit on the actual case, and it has a good fit in the box as well. I'm looking it over here. The part that makes me more nervous is that it wasn't shipped in like a bag or anything, and so I just want to make sure we're not seeing like any micro scratches or anything on this guy. My visual inspection of it looks pretty good. Yeah, because this thing shipped straight to me. The guy who my client bought this from shipped it straight to my house. But yeah, this is nerve-wracking because look at this, guys and girls. Look how thin that is right there. Like, I don't know if you can see that with the layers, but it's actually like stepped layers there, and the top part is like very, very thin. Yeah, man, you're living vicariously through me. You're like trying to torture test me every time you get something sent to me, Effie. So yeah, pretty standard stuff though, as it is with a standard 60%. You've got the stuff that's not standard. You've got this crazy foam insert that goes between the PCB and plate. We're gonna be working with these in here a second, guys. And then we also have the foam liner on the bottom. And then you have this dope bottom case. There we go. Looking fresh. All right, so let's see here. Let's give this a visual inspection real quick too. Yeah, we're looking good. Man, that made me nervous though. Having the look at the polycarbonate when it's not screwed down. Like, hold on. I'm confused. Oh wait, it just doesn't screw down all the way? I didn't think seams were visible. Seams aren't visible. No, so, oh yeah, the weight gets removed first, duh. I'm looking at this and I'm like, why is this guy, you see the little flex in this little piece? I'm like, why is this guy moving around? How do you get the screw in there? It goes in from the bottom below the weight. So you take the weight out and then you screw it into the top. So yeah, we're looking okay. I don't see any visual damage to it. Definitely a little bit of like marks though from the box. I'm gonna see if I can find like a little bag for this guy when I put it back in the case and everything to ship it to my client. Make sure it's well protected. It makes me nervous. But yeah, nice polycarb. It is. So that'll be fun. This will be a cool build. We're going to be doing this probably early next week, guys. Soon, TM. We've got, if you like Polaris builds, you're in the right spot. Because we've got them queued up all over the place. Oh, here you go, guys. Here is the Think 6.5 in polycarb. Right next to the, oh, and he sent the Supreme sticker. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, yeet. That's funny. There you go. The Think 6.5 right next to the poly, right next to the poly carb Polaris. Yeah, let me go ahead and put these guys at a safe distance because we are going to be working with hot things. I'm tilted. My little power supply wasn't working. Thing ships to me DOA, or maybe I'm just doing something stupid. But then again, maybe it's not working. Yeah. I don't know. This is weird. I'll have to do some testing with this little power brick thing some other time. Alright. We've got all that at a safe distance now. Looking good, looking good. Alright. The Gateron ink switches for tonight's build. Your noticeable difference between polycarb quality between boards? Like, is there with an ano or regular boards? Polycarb qualities can vary a little bit, but the finish is like, basically you're just looking for micro scratches and like splotchiness. I typically do not golf wing, so I have this Skulls desk mat that came in, and I'm basically just, I've got it over there that it's kind of like trying to straighten it a little bit. It got shipped to me and it was a little wrinkled. Not really wrinkled, but like creases. Oh, not creases. But yeah, as it was rolled up. So yeah, you guys have seen Gateron inks. We've done Gateron ink builds before. This should be fun. All right, so we need to get into it because we have got some work to do tonight. I don't know if you've seen these builds before, but I like it. But we have got like kind of almost a two-part process to this. The initial part is prepping up everything and getting it ready to go. We have got a PCB in need of multiple gaskets. We have got a case that needs to have its weight removed. And we've got, of course, a bunch of switches and PCBs and all that stuff to work on. All right, so all the accoutrement that comes with the Polaris 60, you are now looking at. And what weight? This weight came with the brass weight. The brass weight, let's open it up. This is what I feel like your polycarb should have been in. It should have been in like a bag like this. This is an FR4 plate, you got it. All right, so it's a wing keyless aluminum. And you can see we've got all the accompanying pieces to it. We'll move that off to the side. These are the shifts for the stabilizers. We'll use those in a little bit. We've got the bump-ons. We'll go ahead and start with the case. And the case is screwed together completely. So this one is how I would have anticipated the polycarbonate one that we just unboxed would be looking in typical cases. All right, here are the bump-ons. Those are the gaskets for the plate, and here are the bump-ons and gaskets for the board. I can't remember. Did I just use? I think I used my hardware for this last time, and then it worked fine. I think I just had to use a mini, not that small. Yeah, that one, and I believe we're on this guy too. Yep, this guy as well. I need to put this behind me. We'll get that later. That goes to a CPU. That goes to a stock CPU cooler that we don't need anymore because we mounted a water cooler on our new PC. Let's see here. Yeah, so talk to me, chat. What do you guys got going on? How's everyone doing tonight? Hope everyone's having a good week. We're getting to the tail end of it, right? Gotta tell you, man, I'm feeling it. I'm ready for the weekend. All right, so here's the weight for the Polaris, having been removed now. Place that over there. We are now ready to remove all the hardware here from the case. You got the 7U spacebar wire I delivered to you, right? I did, yes. Yeah, because you had the 6.25 that was in this bag, right? Yeah, there you go. Yep, we're Gucci. We're all good. All good. So the new PC was feeling fire earlier tonight. I was trying to play some Apex Legends last night. I ended up resetting it, as you know there, SI, and what ended up happening today, man, Apex Legends was just feeling silky smooth. Felt really good. Yep. So all the SIs, this is his build tonight. No stealth black weight for you to try and trade for, Yeffy. I know you've been scheming on one of those. While you're in full screen mode. Oh, Slack is sending me notifications apparently. Let's see, actually. Let me see here real quick.
Sleep.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Man, I had Discord notifications going a little crazy tonight with that back and forth of getting the videos right. Sorry about the spam there for all you friends in Discord. If you're not in Discord already, shame on you. Join up on Discord. Come hang. Okay. There we go, friends. All right. Beautiful. So yeah, so tonight's build: Gateron Inks, Polaris, Winkivis, Disco Crocodile. What's going on, my dude? Good to see you. All right, let's see if I can remember all the gasket placement on this. First, we're gonna do the bump-ons. I definitely can remember where those go. I can definitely remember where those guys go. As I spew switches all over my desk. How you doing? What's new, Disco Croc? How you streaming earlier tonight? Also, I'm totally stoked to say that I was able to get a cable from your boy. Ooh, it's gonna be coming in, probably gonna get shipped off tomorrow or maybe over the weekend. So stoked. Nice, getting some keyboard chores in. There we go. Yeah, we've gotten behind on keyboard chores as well. I've got a couple of keyboards that are going to be coming in, personal builds of mine that I need to get switches tuned up for. I always drag my feet when I get when I get ramping up with that. Justine, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate that. I need to up my game with that, like follower and subscription and the bits notification. I need to get something better for that. All right, there we go. The bump-ons have been installed. There we go. Penis Music. What's up? Oh, and Yeffy subscribed. Thank you for the Twitch Prime, my dude. Appreciate that. Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, appreciate that. We try and keep it fresh up in here. All right, so the bump-ons are installed. We're gonna go ahead and work on the gasket mounts for the plate here now. And we've still got to do the bump-ons for the case. We got bump-ons that go on the top case as well, kind of off to like the side profiles. You can kind of see where the bump-ons go right there. Not bump-ons, but like gaskets, I guess. They're kind of like pseudo gaskets. That's side to side acoustic treating. I'm playing like, it's like Sticker Master 2000 over here. I get to lay a whole bunch of these things down. I'm going to be getting pretty good at gasket mounting my plates here by the time I'm done with all these builds. Man, oh man. Yeah, these things can be tricky. I don't know if that one's good enough. That one might need to be moved a little bit. The OCD in me tells me you should move that. We'll see. We'll see how close it is to the edge. Yeah, we talked about it when I built this thing the last time. You know, cost savings by not having the labor required to put the gaskets on each of these plates probably saved them, but man, oh man, I get like nervous when I'm placing stickers. Because I get like super OCD on it. I want them to be like perfectly set. Unlike this one. There we go, that looks good. And I am gonna go back and redo this guy, because this guy looks like he's up a little bit high. Let's see if I can pull him off. I know this thing ships with extra gaskets too, so if I can't pull it off cleanly, I know I've got extras. I can pull it off cleanly though, look at that. There we go, that's much closer to the edge. That looks good now. Yeah, so there's one side of the gaskets done. You can see the installation of them there. They're thick too. They're thick boys. Look at that side profile. Now we do the bottom side. So who's got some keyboard stuff coming in? Anyone get a good mail day lately? I showed off my Brewcaps Pain the other day. So did you buy the Rukia, did you buy that aftermarket, or did you get that in a group buy? And congratulations, by the way, Rukia is dope. You're gonna love it, dude. I hope you send it to me to build for you. So you got it aftermarket. Okay, I got it, yeah. 800 aftermarket for the Rukia. That's wild. That's so cool. I love that. I mean, I don't love it, but it's good to see for just the fact that like every board is just running for such crazy pricing right now. It just says the community is just growing at such an exponential rate that nobody can keep up. It comes with Telios, but I want some mid blacks in it. There we go. Yeah, absolutely. Send it to me. I'll desolder those Telios and we'll put a new PCB or just not, well, if I desolder, we won't need to put a new PCB in, but we'll put the mid blacks in there no matter what, if it's a new PCB or if we're desoldering. Either way, we'll get that thing sorted. Nice. All right. So is the Telios, are they the V2s or are they V1 Telios? There we go. Gaskets installed on the plate there, second side. Looking good. Ah, I gotcha. Okay. All right, guys, so let me show you what you do next with this build. So after the plate, hey, Logan, or Longenberry, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate that. All right, so with the top part of this case, and you get a couple extra gaskets, so we'll put those off to the side. So these gaskets are, I guess, are in case like you mess up on the initial application, or if you ever need to like reapply a gasket later on down the line. You get a couple extra with this, and then you also get the gasket mounts for the top of the case, which I will try and get a good angle on this for you here. I know the contrast isn't going to be the greatest for this camera angle, but let me go ahead and zoom in a little bit. So you actually go with these gaskets right here and here, and then on the flip side on the other end, and then you put them on the edges there as well. Look at like the layers on this guy. You have those like tiered steps on the edges. It's kind of crazy. All right, these little gaskets are a lot easier to apply to with a set of tweezers. So I think I know what I did. This is alarming though. So question, engineers out there in chat, I think what happened to this power brick for this little iron I just got in the mail. So this thing is a QC09 is the model. The input is a 240 volt, 1.3 amp max. The output is a 5 volt, DC 9 volt equals 3.0A. Like, I don't know if that tells you anything about the electronics of it, but I plugged my phone into this charger. I wonder if that was enough to, like, as a QC 3.0 port, does it, I mean, would that get overvolted by a phone's battery getting plugged into it? Did I like shred this power brick by plugging a phone into it? Does that make any sense? Because I plugged my iron into my computer and the LED came up. Whereas I plugged it into the power brick here and it didn't. I'm almost wondering if I shredded the power in this thing. I just thought about that. I was like, oh, my phone's running low on batteries, and I didn't even think twice about it. I was like, oh, it's just a power brick. I probably is fine. I should have thought about that. Chime up in chat if you know if I just bricked this thing. I'll need to figure out if I have another 3.0 in that instance. If I don't, I'll need to grab one of those off of Amazon too. I can't rightly return that to the vendor because that was all me. I just realized I did that. Alright, so the easiest way to do this, guys, is kind of just have this on the tip. There we go. So there's the first one installed, right there. Nothing really to it. Lao FPS, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate that. We are getting a lot of movement on the giveaway command today. That's what I'm talking about. I'm super stoked to bring that to you guys. Keep following. Shameless self-promotion, but it serves you guys as well. As soon as we hit 1,000 followers, I have got a good friend of mine in the community who I am going to be commissioning 3 artisan keycaps from. I'm going to be spending my own money to get these things commissioned, and I will be giving them away on stream as soon as we hit 1,000 followers on Twitch, YouTube, and Instagram. So follow all my socials. As soon as we get to 1,000. We'll do I don't know if I'll do it like if I hit 1,000 on Twitch and then 1,000 on YouTube like individually, or if I'll do it like one at a time, or if I'll do them all together once I hit 1,000 across all platforms. I haven't decided yet. I like instant gratification, so maybe I'll just do a giveaway as soon as I hit 1,000 on each. Because Instagram is lagging behind a little bit. I need to start doing more posts on Instagram. I basically post every build I do with a quick little gallery, but I didn't do that at the beginning, and so I'm like missing pictures for some of those earlier builds. So RIP. And thank you very much. I appreciate that, Lau. Just purchased a Sirius. Ooh, the 60% wing keyless. Nice. There you go. What are you building in that thing? All right, so there's the gasket installations there for the sides. Next, we're gonna do the edges. So you get 2 extra gaskets on for the case as well. Put my head on it to like hold it up. There we go. Probably some linears, most likely going to test out alpacas and Gateron milky yellows. I can recommend for sure the alpacas. I am hunting for a set of those myself after having built 2 boards with them. I actually have a you want to hear a Think 6.5 in polycarb with alpacas in it? I actually have that sitting right next to me right now. So yeah, let me give you a little sample of that. And then I'll go over here with it too. Sounds pretty dope if you ask me. I like this one. Very thick. The polycarbonate case with those alpacas, I feel like really brings out the thockiness in them for sure. Like I did, so up on my YouTube, there's a Polaris in the wing keyless green. So the same type of 60%, but in the wing keyless green. And on that guy, I built that up with alpacas for a client, and that one sounded really juicy too. Yeah, the Think boards are a good build quality. It is an integrated plate. Yeah, it's an integrated 4.5 millimeter plate, so it's a chunky boy. All right, so we're good with the top part now as well. And so this completes kind of like the gasket installation of the stream. Aaron Lau has followed as well. Thank you very much. I got Lau FPS and I got Aaron Lau now. Man, I got the whole Lau crew up in here. What's up, guys? So now that we're done with the gasket installation, and I'm actually going to move this aside. My desk is already starting to fill up. Let's go ahead and put this guy over here now that we have the bump ons on it. And the Polaris weight I'll leave there. This guy I'm going to move over here. And just temporarily place there. I'll go ahead and zoom this out. There we go. That's about normal. All right, so this brings us to the PCB portion of the build. So this is kind of a unique process here that we go through on this guy, where we use quite a lot of electrical tape, if I can find it. I believe I have more electrical tape. Electrical tape, where are you? All right. So we will get a nice healthy strip here of electrical tape. I should do your PCB right now too, Yeffy, just so that I don't have to do this later. Just so I don't have to do this the night I do your stream. I should do yours as well. All right, that's fine though. That's whatever. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna go down lengthwise on this seam right here. I know I'm off camera a little bit too on this one, guys. Basically what I'm doing is I'm just cutting this I'm cutting this electrical tape right in half so that I don't have too large of a piece. Handy dandy standard scissors here, nothing to that. So you're not missing much. What we're doing is acoustically tuning this PCB a little bit. So I'm gonna make a cut lengthwise down this guy, pretty close to right down the middle. Almost there. There we go. Okay. All right, we'll use the other strip here for a moment as well to cut bump-ons. All right, and I'm gonna go down this side so that it can be removed if the client wants to remove it at some point as well. There's portions I need to cut off still. So what we're doing here is just getting this trimmed down so that we have enough removed. Moving little like shreds of it now because I don't want to get, I need to remove a little bit more from that side there. Yeah, let's go ahead here and try and get it right down, about a third of it off still. It's difficult too because I'm like trying to bring my scissors down the length of the tape as opposed to, like, I'm trying to bring the tape to me as opposed to going down the lengthwise of the tape. So it's a rip here. Not the easiest part of the process for sure, but this comes pretty highly recommended. So I built the first Polaris like this with a lot of tape in it, sort of as like an acoustic tuning, and I can definitely recommend it. I haven't built one without the tape yet, and frankly it was so good the first time I did it, I think I'm just going to keep building them like this. Okay, so that's thin enough there. And we're not covering up anything except, I've got like a couple of like the little LEDs covered up, the LED holes, but that's not that big of a deal because we're not using the LEDs anyways. So I'm totally fine with covering those up just a little bit. It's really just the switch prongs that I don't want to cover. So there's that. That is now taped. All right, let's get rid of the excess here. And then with this longer strip here that I've got now, we are going to cover up pretty much every portion of the PCB that we're not actively putting a switch into. So anywhere where I've got like a split backspace where we're putting a 2U or anything like that. And double confirm with me too, Asai. I'm assuming you're still in chat. Go ahead and confirm with me too the layout if you want to DM me on Discord. I'll pay attention to that real quick. I just want to make sure that I've got the layout right. I'm pretty sure I know what we're doing, but I just want to make sure. I'm pretty sure I know. I kind of regret getting UHM WPE. Send it over to me. These are UHM WPEs. I love those. Split shift on the right, normal 2U backspace. Okay, sounds good. Do we want to do a stepped caps lock or the regular caps lock? And then that is the rest of it. I should be good after that. Stepped. There we go. Beautiful. All right. So here's our handy dandy little strip of electrical tape. I'm gonna put that like half underneath my desk mat and half right in front of me. Okay, so we are going to just start clipping. Start clipping and start installing. I'm not going to worry about these guys. There's just they're too close here. But the extra stabilizers we're not using, like these 2.75 U's, those have holes there. They're full of dents. And we're going to cover those dents up. Full of dents. There's one. The things we do for the acoustics. There's two. All right, so there's the 7U switch right there. So that means we're gonna put a tape over here and a tape over this guy. So I can do the 2.75 hole there with this guy. Slightly longer one for the 6.25s that I'm going to be placing over here, and then I'm going to do another one about the size we just did for the for the 2.25 here. We're gonna do, you know what we're gonna do here? We're gonna go crazy. We're just gonna do a long one. We're gonna do a long boy just like this and get the 6.25 stabilizers right there covered up. Boom. We're gonna do the exact same thing. Cover up the 2.25 stabilizers there. This one might have just been a tiny bit short. Rip, it's just a tiny bit short. That's fine. We'll just do another one here for this small little guy. Another tiny little tip. Just the tip. Boom. All right, so that looks good. So that's 7U. These are 2.75 U's here though. Try and get in there with the LED blocking me a little bit. I'm just going to do two little guys right here. There we go. And probably right here. I'd kind of like to get a Polaris myself, just so that I can do a sound test of the PCB without any of this stuff on it. All right, so here's on the bottom row, we've got the 7U that goes in here. 7U goes in here, 7U stabilizer, 7U stabilizer, and as you see, everything else is covered up. Although their large holes are covered up. And then what we want to do is I also want to cover up the opening for the standard caps lock key. We'll put this guy right here, and then I will also put one of these little guys on the positions for the switches right here next to the backspace, because the backspace is going to be what's utilized. We don't need the ISO stabilized key. We don't need the enter key there, or this other switch next to like the 2U's for the backspace we don't need. So the backspace 2U's are covered up. Now we're going to cover up the ISO. We're getting there, guys and girls. The PCB is almost treated. I'm going to do this little guy right here to cover those up. Oh wait, did I just cover up a stabilizer? I did. I covered up the stabilizer opening. I can't do it like that. I need to do this to where I have this guy open still. There we go. And then that gets on the little guy over here can get a little piece. Okay. All right, so this is stabilizer, the ONSI enter stabilizer. I don't need a piece here. There we go. All right, let's see here. We're doing the 1.75 split right shift, so I can cover up. I'm going to cover up these shift stabilizer openings, and then we are ready to move on, my friends. I appreciate you guys sticking it out with me. I know that that's not the most interesting part of the build there, but the acoustics, I'm thinking, will sound just that tiny little bit extra better because we go through this part of the process. There we go. All right, so now at this point, we've got everything that we're not using on this cluster here, this middle opening here, the standard caps lock, which we're not using. I think we're pretty much good. The PCB has been fitted. So at this point now, it's time to tune some stabilizers. These Polaris builds are crazy. Man, I'm an hour in. Naturally, I chatted a little bit, but man, I'm an hour into the Polaris build, and we're just now getting to tuning stabilizers. That's an oof. That's an oof right there. And it only comes, and not only that, but it comes with these extra little shims. So I've got to install those shims too. And those shims are a little extra to work with as well. Although that part of the process doesn't take that long. And those are just kind of cool. So if you guys haven't seen a Polaris build before, this PCB is so thin that the shims actually help to make stability a bit better on the stabilizers. There we go. Yeah. I sticker bombed my water bottle the other day. I got a couple of stickers on it now. I need to get more. People should send me more stickers. Smoothness has become way past the point of diminishing returns for you. It can never be too smooth. Never be too smooth. Yes. I got some dope binge stickers. I would absolutely want those stickers. Send them to me. I love bench. All right, let me see here. We need lubricante. And we need a 7U stabilizer as well, because this one only had the 6U. So I've got a 7U wire right here. Boom. And we've got lube. Time for the lube. Let me go ahead and get my my mat here so that as we tune this up, I'm not right on my desk mat. Alrighty. Put that off to the side. That up there. We'll need these. Ultimately, we'll need this guy. So we've got. Do you guys like it a little closer? Should I move the angle in like that? Is that better so you guys can see a bit more? See it a bit easier? So we will need everything except the 6.25 stabilized key. We'll put those back in there. All right, boom, boom, boom. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need a left shift, an enter, a backspace, and a space bar. Am I missing anything? I think that's it, right? Left shift, enter, backspace, left shift, enter, backspace, and spacebar. Boom. That's right, yeah. Oh, I thought I had extras there for a second. Nope, I don't have extras. I'm just losing my mind. I'm just losing my mind. All right, so 205G0 for the stabilizers. Every time, we don't even mess around. This is just what we do. So who's a first-time keyboarder up in chat? Do I have anyone that's just getting into the hobby? Just emerging? Let me see here. Left shift, enter, backspace, spacebar. Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. Make these stabilizers thick and juicy. Does anyone get on Cat Arctic? I know that one's closing out here pretty soon. Also, the JTK, what was it? JTK, the green one. That one just closed out the other night. Any last minute trigger pullers on that one? That one looked pretty good. If I didn't already have the green set queued up for my Rukia that's coming in, I would have probably pulled the trigger on some of those. I don't know how I feel about the hiragana fad in all of the sub legends though. And as I say that, I am hunting for, what is it, Mitolet? I want to get a Mitolet set. Which sets am I looking for? I'm looking for, right now I'm looking for dots. I'm looking for Mitolet. I'm looking for, what else did I say I wanted the other day? I can't remember now. What was it? Oh yeah, I wanted the violet on cream, specifically with the violet alphas. The Masterpiece, the only Japanese set. Yeah, the Masterpiece looks really good. I love that blue-gray color. I thought that looked really, really sharp. Oh, and it's only, yeah, it's only the legends, right? It's all alphas. It's all hiragana alphas, right? There's no English. That'd be for me, the GMK version of it is what I would like to get. Yeah, the masterpiece for me would be kind of like blanks. If I got the all hiragana legends, I would have no idea, which is fine. I can read, blanks just as well as I can read Japanese, if that made sense. In which, I mean, I can't. There's nothing there to read for blanks, and it's about as effective for me as trying to read hiragana. No mods, no function keys. There's no English anywhere. Nice. Yeah, I remember seeing that now. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I like that. I mean, the aesthetic of it is nice. No, Lauda. These are GMK screw-in stabilizers. They're like the cherry profile standard stabilizers. I recommend these for pretty much all my builds, unless you want to go for that aesthetic of like the clear stabilizer. These are just so consistent, so good. And Ridwan Kenobi, I see you in chat, my dude. What's going on? How you doing? Hope you're having a good week. We're starting to get towards the tail end of the week here, my friends. Super stoked about that. I don't know about you guys. I am ready for the weekend. So Duroc, I heard was Duroc the one? So C1 or C3? C3 I think. C3 stabilizers are the ones that have issues with ePBT. Did Duroc have issues with any profiles, or Duroc were just the ones that like you literally couldn't unclip the wire if you tried, right? I mean, it like holds it almost on like a 360-degree angle. Is that the one I'm thinking of with Duroc? They're like the purple ones, right? Yeah, another Polaris build, Ridwan, and we did an unboxing of another Polaris yet again too. A PC Polaris we'll be building up as well. Probably, maybe we'll do it this weekend, maybe over the weekend, maybe early next week. I haven't decided yet. I'm waiting on switches to come in too for a Singa build that's upcoming. And that build is actually #1 in line. As soon as those switches come in, we've been waiting on the switches from a third party for a minute now. But that's just the way it goes with coronavirus these days. Everything's a little bit delayed. I actually talked to the guy who is tuning the switches up for the client, and they were waiting for boxes, and they just kept getting delayed and delayed and delayed. You've been trying to find lubed filmed alpacas for the last 8 days? Yikes. Yeah, that switch market. Almost as difficult as keyboard market these days. Maybe even more so. I don't know. That's crazy. They sell out so quick too. I mean, I can only imagine like supply and demand. I wouldn't be surprised. It would suck, but I wouldn't be surprised if people started. Oh, and they've already been clipped. Stabilizers have already been clipped. Makes it easy for me. I wouldn't be surprised if switch prices actually go up. It's kind of crazy. Duroc do have, okay, so Duroc do have a few colors. All right, for whatever reason, I've only ever seen Duroc in that purple sort of milky translucent housing. And of course, I'm not the biggest fan of, pop of color like that just randomly. Like if it matches the full aesthetic of the board, sure, but if it's just random, yeah. It's crazy. It's a good time to be a keyboard vendor. I mean, if you've already got your production lines like stood up and you're just trying to turn out product as quickly as you can. I mean, you're selling probably tens of thousands of switches just in, like everything you get just sells out instantly. Like that's such a cool, it sucks as a consumer, but I mean, it's going to bring in more vendors. Like people are gonna see the demand for it and say this is a market that's, you know, primed up for competition. And so I think in the long run it'll be a good thing. We have to stick it out here for a little bit. We're kind of all in a tough spot where there's just so much more demand than there is supply for everything. I mean, we're lucky keycaps are in the way they are, where you can just buy. I mean, GMK is awesome. I mean, you can just buy as many as you want, and I mean, so long as it hits MOQ, they'll ship out 500 sets. They don't care. So yeah, we're lucky with the keycaps for sure. I mean, good luck trying to find like OG caps this day and age, because that kind of puts you in the same thing where it's like, you know, it's a commodity. It's not being made anymore. And so, but a keycap set, I mean, we're starting to see now where keycap sets just keep getting released over and over and over again. And so, you know, successful keycap sets, I mean, we're already seeing another round of modern Dolch that's about to pick up here in the next couple of weeks. I mean, it's gonna be like rinse repeat with a lot of those popular keycaps. I'm surprised we haven't seen a Serica buy again, unless I've just missed it. It wouldn't have been on my radar because Serica's not my color. I am too against specifically the Pittsburgh Penguins, but you know, obviously I'm not really a Steelers fan either. I am way too against the Penguins though to have anything yellow and black in my household at all. If it's yellow and black, it can get the hell out of my house. I'm a huge Washington Capitals fan. So Serica is live in MT3. That makes sense. So there is a set going on right now for Serica. Yeah, MT3 profile I tried. It wasn't for me. Anything higher profile than Cherry and lower profile than Cherry. Pretty much if it's not Cherry, kind of misses me on the radar. I don't really pick up on it. But people like it. And because people like it, they make it. So I'm all about it. What do you guys think of the cat profile? I've heard good things. I think I should probably try it. There are a lot of, you're actually a little worried about how things are. It's ripe for scammers. Yeah, that's true. I mean, you got to be careful. There are a lot of keyboard interest checks on Geekhack where the posters have like 10 posts total. Yeah. The problem is though, there's a lot of new makers and Geekhack is old and Geekhack doesn't really get like the trend, you know, the traction that Reddit does. And so, but it is a marketplace. It's the approved marketplace for people to post those things. Like my Geekhack account has 40 posts. I've been a member since 2015, but it's got like 40 posts there. Looks like there might be a Matrix Noah heading my way. Uh-oh. Dude, you are gassed up with the keyboards right now. Did you find one in a cool color? Don't tell me you got like the crazy orange yellow. Because remember what I just said, nothing yellow comes into this household. Even if it's like a crazy off yellow orange craziness, but hey, it's yellow. I ain't putting it up in here. It better be like green. The green Matrix Noah looks so good. Green anything. I'm in a big military green phase right now. I like that color a lot. And I think it's from my desire to have a military green OTD 356 Mini. And I'm just never gonna get that. I've accepted the fact that that's too big a boy of an item for me to get. Like I'd rather, I mean, if we're gonna get a $5,000 to $8,000 keyboard, which is probably what that range is for that thing, depending on, like, if you got a homie selling it to you, $5,000 is probably a dope price for a military green 356. And if it's just a random person, I mean, God, that's probably a $7,000 board at this point. I'd so much rather have like a new camera or like a super dope lens and a camera, like, or I mean, I just can't. That's reached the point in hubris where I can't do that. I missed out on the mini when it was in that like $1,000 to $2,000 ballpark. I think you can still get a red one for in like the $3,000 range. But even that, you might need to find a homie to hook you up on, because that's like, I mean, if you've got new boards that are selling for like $3,000, new-ish boards that are selling for $3,000, and then an OTD mini, even if it's in red, comes along, I don't know. That might sell for like $3,500 to $4K these days. In this market, it's just so hard to call. I don't know. Is the graph with an upwards trend emote in Twitch? Because that's what we're looking at here. So it's looking like it'll be an Olivia pink and black. So the pink top with a black bottom, ooh, that will look mighty fine. And I can understand why you bought it. Anything Olivia, you are all over. Dude, I'm surprised you don't have like the entirety of the alpaca stock purchased on the entire East Coast. Like they're like right up your alley. That like off black, gray, and pink, that light pink stem. That's like your look. I don't know if the alpacas would be heavy enough for you though, Yeffy. You're a heavy boy if I remember correctly. In that you like heavy switches. I'm not calling you a heavy boy. Lol. Oh boy. Yeah, they sold out. So it's Prime Keyboards that carries them, right? Prime KB. Another vendor. They're a newer vendor, I want to say. Prime Keyboards. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm off on like, you know, on a lonely island here. I feel like Prime Keyboards started up recently, within the last year or so. Maybe I'm wrong though. I remember for the longest time it was like Originative. And Originative, like, still to this day, they cannot figure out their damned homepage. Originative is forever running some GMK buy, and when you go to their main page, it's like stuck on the GMK buy, and you can't even get to the rest of their shop. Like, you can't see if anything else is being sold on Originative because it's a landing page for a GMK set, and it goes and there's no other links anywhere. Do you guys remember that? And then you get away with it because they were like the only, like, you knew it was back there. You actually had to type /store or whatever it was in some of them. There'd be like the whole landing page for like GMK Honeywell, and then you'd go and on like the very, very bottom right, it would have like a link to like proceed to store. And otherwise, if you didn't go all the way down and scroll all the way down, you wouldn't even know. Honestly, I think it was just the creams that I hated. The V2 Telios I have on my board right now are light, 63.5 gram, and I love them. Interesting. I didn't think creams were that light. What's the spring weight on a cream? Is it like a 55 gram? You got me. I don't know. All right, so here are the shims for that. Here they are for that. And we need one for the enter key and one for the backspace. And these guys are extra. You got a million baggies still going on here. I should have just I should have consolidated everything. It's all good. Yeah, I liked the creams when I tried them though. Very smooth. Had a pretty good sound to them too. Also, I got them through a client for a client build, and they had already opened them. So I've never experienced the cream smell that people talk about. I've heard they are stinky, but I have never experienced that firsthand, so I can't say. I'm sure they do. Like literally everyone, it's like the first thing they say. It's like, oh, they're great, but they smell bad. I've always thought that's such a funny, weird thing to comment on. But if everyone says it, they've got to smell bad. Like when you first crack that thing open. Cartoon 91. There we go. What kind of Polaris are you getting? Creams were 55 gram. Okay, there you go. Hey, y'all, give me just a second. I'm gonna go refill my water. I'll be back in just a moment. My wife just had like 1 million packages get delivered. Alright. The space gray wing keyless with a brass plate. There we go. We are building just about the exact same thing here tonight, Cartoon. We have got a space gray with a brass plate, and it is also the wing keyless variant. Alright guys, I'm always too low on the music. Does the music sound good right now? I just turned it up just a tiny little bit too. Is that good or is it too loud? I always get nervous that I'm gonna like blast you guys out with music, but whenever I listen to the VOD, it's always too low, and I'm like, oh, I can barely hear my music. It's too loud now. Okay. There we go. I've turned it back. Is that better now? Well, hold on. You can't really tell because it just had a fade out on the track. Okay, good. That's funny. Instantly complains. I'm like, I'm gonna turn it up. I feel like it's not loud enough, and then instantly, it's too loud, Max. Turn that shit down. That's funny. I don't know if it's just my IEMs are super sensitive to it, and when it's not loud enough, I'm like, it's way too quiet. Want that shit to be loud. It must just be me and my deaf ass ears. I have got definitely terrible hearing. Okay. This is the part of the build with these things that's like difficult for me. These shims are like low key hard AF to get lined up right. They're cool, but man, they're just a little bit difficult. Okay, and I've got this guy in, and of course I don't have my screwdriver. I don't have a screwdriver. Luckily, it's right within my reach. Nice. What's up, Jana? Good to see you again. Alrighty. Yeah, we're working our way right through this build. Japanese horror writer with 1,000 bits. Thank you very much. Appreciate you, my dude. Always good to see you. Hope you're doing well. That's what's up. What a generous guy. Okay, there's that. Let's go ahead and get this side of the stabilizer installed. go. There it is. You were watching a film, huh? Hope it was good. What'd you catch? I haven't watched any movies in a while. I've been catching up. I've got 2 episodes left on that Michael Jordan documentary, The Last Dance. That's low-key been really good. I've enjoyed that, but I'm just behind on it. It was annoying that it was like an ESPN plus a Netflix thing. Like, all the people in Europe got that thing on Netflix, whereas in the States, it was like an ESPN slow release. I don't know if they released it instantly on Netflix, but yeah, it was really good. It's gotta be, right? I mean, I was young. I was young in the 90s when he was just such a nutty, influential character, right? Bit Wars! What's up, Yeffy? Thanks for the 1,000 bits as well, my friend. Hey, if you guys are starting wars, I'm all about it if it's a bit war. I'm all about love, not hate, but if we're starting bit wars, I'm all in. As usual, anything that comes in goes right back towards the stream. So I love you guys. Alright, so we've got... Probably should have tightened this guy all the way on the other side, because this guy... There we go, a little tight. It'll go full release in Netflix in July, but it's ESPN. Yep, until then. Yeah, I wonder, man, they've got to just be playing that thing on repeat. If they're not doing it right. Because yeah, there's no real sports coming up. Oh, so who else is a hockey fan? Do I have any other hockey fans in chat? Where are you guys at? Because we've got this 24 team limited season playoff type thing going on now that they're talking about. I'm just happy to be getting sports back, but man, it looks interesting for sure. I mean, no one's gonna like it. Everyone's gonna want to just have the regular season back, but you know, they're doing this like limited season in like 2 stadiums. They've said they're going to have 1 stadium in the East and 1 stadium in the West. So I think they're doing Columbus in the East. Columbus, Ohio, because there's a practice rink right next to the stadium. And I'm fairly confident they're not going to have any fans in there. It's just going to be players, camera crew, operators, and like team staff, like trainers and stuff like that, and they all kind of like, and everyone has to quarantine together in order to, like, you know, accomplish this mission of bringing us hockey. Like, it seems like a lot. Like, I get it, you know, they'll absolutely, like, everyone wants sports to come back, and it'll get the ratings for sure because there's nothing else going on. I mean, everyone's going to be so stoked to get them back, but at the same time, I mean, I wouldn't want to do anything too dangerous. Same thing with baseball. Baseball's been talking about going back, and yeah, if I was a player, I would be awfully nervous. That's a lot of travel. That's a lot of people and just logistics to go wrong too easily. And plus, if you're a player, you just like miss out on things. I was watching the Daily Show with the Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, and he was talking. He had Trout on there, and he was like expecting a kid, and he was like, what am I gonna do? Go off and quarantine myself, right, with my wife at 8 months pregnant? Like, you know, I'm not gonna see the birth of my first kid because I'm quarantined because I'm playing baseball. Like, yeah, you wouldn't want to do that, obviously. So these white things are shims. Shims are what they're called. They're giving a little bit of extra stability to the stabilizers because the PCB that comes with the Polaris is so thin that the stabilizers need a little bit of extra width on them, if you will, to be secure on the plate or on the PCB. So we install these guys. There we go. Last one I've got lined up. They're definitely a little bit of a pain in the butt to line up properly. Sorry guys, I was a little off camera there, I apologize. But yeah, so the PCB, if you can see this, is so thin that those shims add a little bit of extra width to it so that the screw and also the PCB itself can actually clip on a little bit better. So lots of nice flex to this board because it's so thin, but comes with some challenges inherent to it because of that as well. You just turned in all your grades for school. Or your grades just got turned back to you? What do you mean? And congratulations, that's a good feeling. I think is it shim? Is it S-H-I-M? Stabilizer shim? I think that's maybe how it's spelled, or is it shim? Schwimmers? David Stabilizer Schwimmers? I don't think that's how you spell David Schwimmer either. But oh man. So your only gripe with the 1.2 aluminum plate, what is that? It doesn't have enough flex? Is that what you're saying, Milk? I meant to turn on all my assignments to be graded. There you go. That's what I figured you meant. And congratulations. That's a great feeling. It's almost one of those things like when you get it done, you're like, I don't even care what this looks like anymore. I'm just happy to be done with it. I know how that's what it was for me a lot of times at the end of school. It's like, this could be good, this could be bad, but I know one thing, it's done. It's one of those things where like, if you like got information on it that was like, hey, you could do better by doing X, Y, and Z if you just log in and give it a little more effort. It's like, but mentally, I've turned that thing in already. I'm done. I could now buy cherry black switches in the summer. Yeah, cherry black switches are I don't know if they're regularly available per se, but they are at least you know, a bit easier to acquire than the rest of these switches on the market. And yeah, the retooled blacks on Arrow are the way to go. I'm not sponsored by Arrow or anything, but it's pretty much not too difficult. Sounds like schmeckles from Rick and Morty. How many schmeckles did you pay for those boobies? I'm Mr. What is his name? He was like, I'm something, Mr. something, the booby collector. I'll give you 25 schmeckles for those boobies. So I actually have a friend who's a video game developer. I've known this guy for a long time. He works at Squanch Studios, developing video games for him. It's actually in the same building as the Rick and Morty studio. And the funniest part about it is he's like not the biggest fan of Rick and Morty. So he like starts working for this video game company, and I'm like, dude, you just have to fake it and just give me all the Rick and Morty stuff. I haven't seen a single Rick and Morty thing from him yet. I need to hit him up and be like, dude, what the hell? But yeah, he works in the same building where Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland, like, you know, develop all those shows. Yep, it's a video game company named Squanch. Yep. Squanch Games. Yeah, so I would only assume that there's all sorts of crazy, fun, cool, kooky things in there that apparently I will never know because my friend's a little bitch and won't give out anything dope. But whatever. I'll hit him up. Maybe he just forgot about me. Maybe he forgot about little old freeloader me trying to pick up cool swag. I want to get one of those what is it? What is it? Dawes? I want to get one of those Dawes figurines too. Jaws? Dawes? Jaws? What is it? Is it DAWS or JAWS? What is it? I can't remember now. The ones that have like the sectional where it's like a cartoony sort of like anatomy sectional of a doll that like kind of cuts off to like brains and stuff, and it's clearly not anatomically correct. The cause, yeah, KAWS. Yeah, I kind of want one of those. Those are like low-key kind of cool. But they're like so expensive. Like, it's all like, all the hype beasts and everything are into them because they made those like cause versions of like the Nike Jordans and stuff. And like, yeah, they're definitely like a very like, you know, pop thing to collect. An a hip thing, as all those cool kids say. Cause Anatomy, it's called. Okay. Yeah. I bet the t-shirts would be pretty dope too. I haven't seen those, I don't think. I actually was looking at the Cause Jordans on StockX. They're actually really, like, those Jordans are so low-key, like the all-black Cause Jordans, they're expensive as all get out, but I would rock a pair of those J's. If I could get a hold of them, I would rock them. And I wouldn't be able to get a hold of them, so, you know, that answers that question. Look at this board, guys. Look how cool this looks. I am a huge fan of when an aesthetic comes together and you get like the full, you know, just package, right, of just an aesthetic. Look at that. That you can't say that doesn't look good. The FR4 lining with that gold, and then the gold you get seen through on those cloudy housings, like, that plays off of it really, really good. Peanuts is in like the Snoopy and Charlie Brown, because now I'm in. You know what would be dope? It would be really awesome if they had like some sort of Calvin and Hobbes type pop culture clothing, because I would be all about that. I actually came across my old Calvin and Hobbes comic books the other day. I came across like 3 or 4 like thick books full of Calvin and Hobbes comics. Like, I was so into those as a kid, and I had hardcover Calvin and Hobbes comic books, like 300-page comic books, the collections. And yeah, I need to bring them up here. I need to bring them up here and put them on my bookshelf, because they're so fun. I love Calvin and Hobbes. It's such a timeless good humor too. Like, I was reading a couple of them, and they just like the jokes translate so well still even today. Like, the political humor ones, so good. Or like when he's like dreaming, it's like a dinosaur, and it's like, Calvin, it's broccoli, you've had it the other night. It's like a squid that it's like Spaceman Spiff, and he's fighting the squid in his like imagination, and then it cuts to his mom. It's like, Calvin, it's broccoli, eat it. Damn, my English isn't enough for joining that casual talking. Oh no. Yeah, so Calvin and Hobbes is a very popular, like, I don't know if it's popular. Was it popular or was it cult? I don't even know. It's very popular to me. It was a comic book from the 90s that I loved reading as a kid. Back in the days when Michael Jordan was still playing basketball. We were talking about the documentary earlier tonight too. Yeah. Anyways, I don't think I finished my thought process on that. That Michael Jordan documentary, like, I missed out on so much of like the internal back and forth because I was just a kid. I mean, I remember the highlight reels, right? When he was playing. I'm 33. 33, so young. Still in my prime. Could I be any younger? And so, but I didn't as a kid watching those, I didn't remember, you know, I didn't ever get involved obviously in the news of, you know, the ownership and how shady that guy was, that Jerry Krause guy was. And it's just crazy because Michael Jordan, if managed properly, could have had a career going on at least 5, if not more years longer, but dude was just so burned out and no one was helping him out. Oh, I'm looking like I'm in the 20s. That's what's up. That's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna screenshot that and show my wife. Oh, I put one of the switches in the win key spot. We do not need that. We do not need that. We do not need that. There we go. Yeah, you'd think I was younger. I've actually got 2 daughters. So, take it even one step further. Freckle boy, what's going on? I'm doing well. How are you doing? Oh, just chilling tonight. Getting a Polaris build on. I hope so. They're actually up in Pennsylvania right now with my wife and my mother and father-in-law. So I am living the bachelor dream right now. It's a beautiful thing. All right. So, yeah, let's double check here. Make sure all these guys are looking good. Give them a quick inspection. I'm really kind of bummed. I think I burned out my power supply here, guys. So I was asking earlier in chat, does anyone know if hey, Witty408, thank you very much for the follow. Does anyone know if I plug a phone into a QC, what is it? It's QC something, I think is the actual name of this. QC09. If I plug my phone into a QC09 power adapter, would the voltage from a phone battery burn out that adapter? Because it did it in reverse. Like the wattage on the power adapter didn't affect my phone. My phone was charging, or at least I thought it was, and it absolutely charged a little bit because I looked down and the phone was at like 10%, and now my phone is still chilling at like, yeah, my phone is still chilling at like 20% now. Like I got charged from it, but now my power adapter doesn't seem to be working for the soldering iron, nor is it working for my phone or anything else. Like did I burn this adapter out? This QC09, oh, adapter? Oh, looks like I put a piece of electrical tape over a switch, oops. Oh, not a switch, just a switch pin. Yeah, so that switch pin needed to be there. But I can move that electrical tape right down there. I'm thinking that's what must have happened. Well, now I need to buy a QC09 adapter off Amazon. It's all good. There are worse things in the world that I could have to buy on Amazon. Cross-check me on that. How much are those? It's probably a cheap adapter. I wouldn't assume I'd have to spend anything more than 10-15 bucks on a QC09 adapter on Amazon. And granted, I could just as easily Amazon that myself, but I'm being lazy right now, chat. And I've got faith. One of you guys is gonna hook me up with some information. All right, yep, all those stems look good. If the adapter is higher amps, then the device is okay. If the device needs more amps than the adapter can supply, then you can kill it. So I'm guessing, yeah, so QC09, let's just check it real quick. Can my phone burn out? Oh, cancel, I didn't mean to open Steam. Can my phone burn out? Can my phone kill a Q? Can my phone kill me? The first Google result that comes in as I start to autocomplete is, can my phone kill me? Can my phone kill a QC09 adapter? Putting a phone, oh my God. Can using a different charge ruin a phone? Yeah, see, this has got to be... This is not a good search because there are too many people asking idiot questions like, can my phone kill me? Can putting my phone into my mouth kill me? Can putting my phone's charger into my mouth kill me? Like, what a... Like, who dum-dum... I mean, what? Who's out there putting their phone battery in their mouth? QC03, is that what I said? No, 09 adapter. I'm just curious now. I've got to figure it out. Oh yeah, they're like $10. But I'm just I'm confused. Like, this thing is rated input AC 100-240 volt, and then output is DC 5 volt. I would think this would work with my phone. I don't know. I found a pack of them here that's like the same thing. It's a 3-pack of them for $10. So whatever. If we killed this thing, that's not that big of a deal. We'll figure it out. Maybe to charge their brain. Like, what's wrong with just general people? What a dumb thing to ask in Google. What do I think of heavy metal keyboards, aka the SKB style boards? Elaborate a bit more. I'm not sure I'm following, but I might be, and I just don't know what you're talking about right off the bat. If you send me a link or something, I can familiarize myself. Rackham Le Rouge has followed. I hope I pronounced that right. Thank you very much. Heavy metal keyboards.com/collection/group buy. Ah, interesting. I've not seen these at all. It kind of looks like they're custom cut acrylic pieces, but I'm assuming these are metal. So they're kind of like a very rough and sturdy look to them, very industrial, sort of like steampunk look to them. You could give this thing like a rusted vibe to it, and it would fit right in your home workshop. Here you go. Here's a look at what we're looking at here. Look at these edges where it's like bent down around the corners. Kind of interesting. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about these boards, to be honest with you. They've got kind of a cool aesthetic to them, but I'm going to go ahead and imagine that they're not going to sound too nice acoustically. It looks like there's no bottom to them at all, in that it's just a flat piece of metal that they cut out for you, and then they just bent the edges around on all 4 sides. I'm going to assume that, yeah, exactly, yep. So yep, we're all on the same page. I got this, chat. I'm not putting my phone battery in my mouth. I know generally what I'm looking at here. Okay, so let's see what this is rated for. This AC adapter input is 100 volts. Same thing. Output is 5 volt, 2.4 amps, where this one is 3.0 amps. So this one charges my phone just fine. This one with a higher amps burned out when I plugged my phone into it. Like, is that a possible thing? Is this just a cheap piece of shit like adapter? I don't feel like, I mean, look at this, guys. Look at these specs. I don't feel like this should have died plugging in my phone to it. Like, what? How would that have worked? Like, did I plug something else into it? Here, what's this doing? I didn't even plug this thing into it, but this one is a 5 volt, 500 milliamp. Oh, that's the battery. That's the battery that's running inside that mouse. Volts times amps equals wattage. Yep. Yeah, I'm not a big electrician, but I would assume that a lesser number would work, right? This guy works plugging a phone into it just fine. This guy, more power. You'd think the only danger plugging my phone into this guy would be that maybe the phone gets too much power and overheats and has issues and problems, right? Not that this guy would burn out and die. I don't get it. Like, maybe, let's try plugging it in one more time. I'm gonna plug it in to an outlet not even on this circuit, just to see, because we've got this cool little TS80 soldering iron that I'm not going to use tonight because it's got this needle tip. I'm still going to use my Hako tonight, but I'd like to just see if it would work. And I know the iron is still good because I plugged it into my computer across USB-C, which is the prescribed method to update the firmware. This guy actually has firmware on it. Like, this is nuts. Yeah, should be fine. The PSU is larger than the phone draws, then it's fine. Yeah, so I'm thinking it should be okay. I wonder if maybe like the surge protector port maybe got messed up. Hold on, let me take a look real quick. I'm just walking right around the corner, guys. Negative. Completely different outlet, which we knew that really wasn't an issue because I have other stuff getting powered through this outlet, and it too had an issue with it. So, all right, well, we might have just, who knows, we might have just burned out that supply. Maybe it was, I don't think I plugged this mouse into it, but maybe the mouse overvolted it. But see, that would be really weird if the mouse overvolted it because I had the phone plugged into it later, and the phone worked to charge. Obviously, because I had it at like 2% phone battery, and then all of a sudden it was like, you know, rocking and rolling at like 15%. Pretty quickly too, so I mean, I assume it was fast charging. I don't know, whatever. Hako is the move for tonight anyways. We knew that was going to be the move overall because I'm not soldering with a needle point iron. I've got the better attachment for that little iron coming in here soon. I've also got the big man hands. I've got the big man hands, and so this iron actually feels pretty good in the hand. But occasionally I burn myself too with this thing because it gets much hotter around the edges where I'm working. So it's a little more dangerous. A little more dangerous. That's all good. It's whatever. We'll figure it out. $10 for a power supply. I'm not sweating that. All right. Let's take a look here just real quick. All right. How are we doing on time? What have we been streaming for tonight? Let's see here. What are we doing on time? Okay. I think we're okay. We are at 2 hours into the stream. How about that? All right. Do I need an expensive soldering station? No, absolutely not. You can get a Weller soldering station for, I want to say 30-ish or so schmeckles. And with that, it's not too bad. Oh, shish kebab. We were just about, you know what? We were just about to solder, and that would have been a big brain move. we need to fix something here, my friends. I completely, shame on you, chat, for not making me realize this. A TS100 actually isn't too bad, but then you also need to get the power supply. So a TS100 seems like it would be pretty cheap. I did say shish kebab. I'm a little bit upset that I didn't remember that this board has foam that sits between the PCB and the plate. So with that said, we are taking out all of these switches and putting back everything here This is just brilliant. I'm really upset. I'm so upset. Luckily we caught it though before we started soldering it. Like that could have been, it could have been much worse. Keep looking on the bright side, Max. We got this. It's because Yeffy's watching the stream. Anytime Yeffy's in chat, man, things just go south. I love you, buddy. But things implode when you're in here. There we go. All right. They don't implode. I shouldn't say they implode. But they don't go as smoothly as they could. That's for sure. All right. That's what we needed. You guys didn't remind me. You were like, someone should have been like, hey, Max, don't forget the liner that goes underneath in between the plate and the there we go. Okay, that's good. There we go. All right, now let's put this back in. You increased your budget a bit. You don't need to. I mean, you can really get, the only requirement to a soldering station is a variable temperature. As long as you can control the temperature, you're totally fine. Everything else on top of that just gets hotter faster, maintains maybe a little bit more of an accurate temperature, but that's really for more precise work. For a keyboard build, you don't need to be within a single degree of temperature 100% of the time. Like a Hako, boasts the ability to maintain, perfect temperature just about. But you really don't need to. I mean, that's for more electrical components that have higher or have lower tolerances to heat, and that if they get too hot, won't work. And then if it's too low of a heat, also run issues with actually getting the solder molten. Like, it's not really an issue for keyboards. What am I missing here? What should I buy around 150 to 700, 170? Oh, for a kit. Okay, you're talking about a kit. I'm sorry. So for a kit in that price range, I would look in, like, that's a really healthy KBD Fans price. That pretty much opens you up to anything on the KBD Fans website, and even getting like a moderate markup item from something maybe that's on Mech Market. Like if you found like a KBD Cans, like, KBD 67 or something like that, which I think I might actually get one sent to me to take a look at here. Yeah, you gotta go FR4. This is an FR4 plate. Yep. Yeah, the FR4 is really good. Really good. I was sleeping on FR4 when it started coming out, but I am a true proponent of FR4. I really like it now. Now that I started using it. Yeah, very, very nice. Big brain. Big brain move. Get FR4. Okay. Now we are back. Let's see if we can line this thing up with the foam. Insert now. Oh my goodness. That lined up perfectly. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. All right, cool. KBD 67 is selling for 400 plus on Mech Market. That's crazy. That's nuts. Well, actually, hold on. That was a $270 kit on KBD Fans, though, wasn't it? So that makes sense because Polaris is selling for 500. So that makes sense, actually. KBD 67 has got that dope side profile too. Oof. Hot Swap one is $265. So that's what the original price was. Okay, I got you. That's pretty wild. KBD Fans high tier. The way. Are you down with the way? FR4 is the same material as PCBs. Yep. That is true. Actually, it is. It's the same exact material. I thought there were differences. You just made some dank ass fried rice. That's what's up. There we go. I had some chicken tonight. It was pretty alright. I had 2 quarters of white chicken. They were on point. You got me. I don't want to speak from an authority point on that. I believe it. It kind of has like that same feel to it, but I'm not 100%. Yeah, it's like medium flex, maybe even medium to like, you know, it's a little less than like a polycarbonate plate, and a little more flex than an aluminum plate, with good cuts and stuff in it. So yeah, a thin flexy aluminum plate. Brown basmati, chicken, broccoli, squash, and zucchini, shallots, shiitake, and orange pepper. What? Dude. And the kitchen sink. Oh my goodness. Making me hungry over here. Should I go brass plate or better keycaps? Which one is more important? Better keycaps, but show. Brass is a fad that is finally coming to an end, in my opinion. Unfortunately, it might just be my opinion because I don't know if they're still offering it. You know, designers are still offering it, but I'm hoping that brass starts phasing out. Yeah, brass just, it just doesn't sound as good. I've got the best sounding, in my opinion, brass keyboard sitting behind me on that shelf. I've got a Jane V2 in brass with some of the nicest vintage black switches in it. And it is still an inferior sound to my nicer TKLs with aluminum plates. There we go. All right. Round 2 of getting the keyboard put together and installed with switches. I think we did it now. Disaster averted. That would have been awful. We would have started building this thing and I would have looked over to my left and seen that insert at some point. Probably when I would be like putting it back together at the very end, and I would have been like, rip. So if you guys haven't seen this before, you can see it now. There is, if maybe my hand will focus? My hand always focuses. You see the insert there between the plate and the PCB? There's a foam insert that goes in between the switches on the plate and the PCB. Big brain isolation move. Make it so that the sounds are even better. TGR is the goat. What I really want is a polycarb plate. I've heard one on the Prophet 60 prototype, and it sounds absolutely crazy. Such a deep and beautiful sound. Yeah, polycarb, I can agree. Polycarb, totally dope. Polycarb is very, very nice. Especially if you want to do like tactiles, going with a more flexi plate material. 200 IQ for sure. I keep bringing it out. I mean, here's the Think 6.5 with the 4.5 millimeter polycarbonate integrated plate. So this one does not have as much flex as a normal polycarb plate, but you get the acoustics from it. So those acoustics, so nice. And you know what else is really good in a polycarbonate case? Carbon fiber in a polycarbonate case. On point. I'm not a big fan of carbon in like an aluminum case, But man, you put that thing in a polycarb. Like I build a salamander with a carbonate plate, a carbon fiber plate, polycarbonate case. Really, really nice. Okay. All right, friends, it's time to solder. We get to display the Woden technique tonight. So if you guys have not yet caught a stream of mine before, welcome. Welcome one and all. I know we've got lots of regulars in chat here. Feel free to chime in and ask any keyboard-related questions you might have. Chat is always really friendly. No gatekeeping or any elitism involved in chat. I love it. You know, I do my best to answer questions, but 9 times out of 10, I don't know the answer, and chat does, which is a great thing. I love it, and I learned something new as well. And so, but yeah, if you're tuning in for the first time, I do keyboard related content Tuesdays and Thursday nights, and I stream occasionally on the weekends as well. And yeah, we just try and keep it relaxed, try and keep it chill. I've been doing this for a little over a year now, streaming client builds for streaming builds for clients. And if you're just starting to get into the keyboard hobby and you're nervous about going through the build process yourself, I am at your disposal. I offer this build service to one and all. If you are interested in having me build a keyboard for you, I have my build service linked below, and feel free to slide into DMs on Discord. I post my promotions on Reddit, but man, word of mouth is just so much better because I can have people that have actually seen my work vouch for me. So I take pride in doing this. I built probably over 100 keyboards these days. I started losing track around 80. My invoice count now is like into the hundreds, so that's mixed up with other invoices I've sent, but man, we're somewhere up there at this point. We built a lot of them. And now for the sponsor section of the stream, I want to give a quick shout out to Zeal PC. Zeal's a sponsor of the stream, and they're a provider, a vendor of high-end bespoke keyboard products. You can find them at Zeal PC, or you can also click on the link down below for a little kickback that goes to me for sending you on over to them. Gives me a little cut of the action. I absolutely appreciate that. Any proceeds that I get from the stream, subscriptions, donations, revenue from my referrals to sponsors, all of that goes back into my stream, so you're directly helping the production value of this effort here. I appreciate you guys for that. I'm also sponsored by Mint Autumn. mintautumn.com and Jack Static. Jack Static has been a long-time supporter of the stream. He's a super awesome member in the community. Love him and his keyboard work. Super stoked to be seeing the Rukias starting to come out more and more, as well as the new projects that he's got up and coming. Keep an eye on his website. He does not have active products on there right now, but as those new products start to come out, I will hope to be doing some reveals and review videos for him, as well as bringing you guys some dope visuals on him. Absolutely keep an eye on him. He is a great guy. So stoked on him. He hooked you up with one of your first LPs, some of your first LPs. Nice. Yeah. He's such a great guy. So if you're also a keyboard shop owner or something, I'm always looking to partner up with new people. So reach into DMs if you're looking to get into some partnership here. Promotional space for sale. And yeah, by all means, guys, I start to go quiet here when I start doing the soldering. Let me zoom in a little bit for you guys too, so you can get a better angle here. Is that better? And yeah, I'll try and keep up with chat. It's not moving too quick today, so I should be able to. I always have trouble keeping up with chat when I'm actually soldering though. Your work is good. Post on Mech Market and people will come. Hey, thanks so much. Yeah, I do. I post on Mech Market. I've been keeping it actually up pretty regularly. Whereas I started falling into this like friends and family and word of mouth only for a bit. But once I got my studio set up in the new house, like I've been going back at it now. Now that I upgraded my audio and video setup, I'm really stoked on getting some more content out to you guys. So, hey, Scurvy Sailor, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate that. Gat inks or H1s? I've not used H1s. I've heard good things. I'm using Gateron inks actually on this build right now, so I can recommend those for sure. I've even heard that they fixed the tolerance issues with the leafs in the latter rounds of those, and so I can recommend those for sure. What keycaps are those on my keyboard? These are an OG Dolch set of caps with some G&K Dolch modifiers and additions to it to fill it out for compatibility. But for the most part, it's an OG set. I am located in the East Coast. I'm right outside Washington, D.C. in the Northern Virginia area. I should mention that too. Anyone else on the East Coast in the area? If you're interested, again, in having me build a keyboard for you, local meetup in the D.C. area is available. On top of that, if you're within traveling distance of the D.C. area, I'm also the host of the Washington, D.C. Keyboard Meetup. We host an annual meetup. Last year we had over 300 people in attendance at the meetup. It was absolutely nuts. And we have tons and tons of giveaways. People are super generous in the community, and just an overall great time. I mean, if you're talking about good odds for a giveaway, go to a meetup. You'll have 100, 200 people show up, and you'll have George and Riot. You'll have them giving away a key colt. You'll have TGR, custom TGRs being given away. We gave away a custom polycarbonate TGR Alice with a custom engrave on it at the last DC keyboard meetup. We're hosting the one in this after the COVID hopefully passes. We're looking at dates in February of 2021. So I'm keeping my eyes on the September 20th date of KeyCon this year. I'm hoping to be able to make it out there. And I'm definitely just keeping a close eye on the climate here as we get closer to February and the latter. I mean, God, we're already halfway through 2020. It feels crazy. Yeah. Want to become famous? Buy followers, primes, and viewers on adviewers.com? Okay, buddy. No need for that. We'll be famous just by carrying on in a professional manner. No shade on you, KM, but we're not about that. You do it for me, Yeffy. You get me a membership on that site. We were just talking about scammers in the keyboard community because it's getting so big. Oh my god. That's a thing though that people do. People buy viewers. I mean, I don't know. Put out good content that you're proud of. And if you do it regularly, people will come. My downfall was that I didn't do it regularly. For like the last 6 months, I was only streaming like 2 to 3 times a month. My production quality was okay. It wasn't the greatest, but it was okay. I had like the Nikon DSLR when I was streaming in the townhouse, and I had the Rode NT1 mic. So it was passable. And we were getting decent numbers on stream there. But then I went down to, only streaming you know, like 2 to 3 times a month, and yeah, you're just not going to pull in. You're not going to pull in viewers with that sort of consistency. Those are rookie numbers. You got to pump those numbers up. You irregular bastard. Listen to me. I'm not irregular bastard. You are the irregular bastard. Listen to me, you bastard guy. Oh god, we shouldn't do that, boys. That's gonna terms of service me. That's racism. That's ignorant. That's ignorant, Max. Yikes. Stream quality is pretty good. Thanks, Jana. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I started this. This is so funny. I'll take you guys on a little story, a little trip down memory lane. We've got time for me to go on a pedestal here as I solder in this board. So, building keyboards for me, when I first started, I was super hooked. Like, I was so nervous. One of the first boards I actually soldered on was a TGR. And I had no idea what I was doing. I bought boards built by somebody else before. I wanted to have really nicely built stuff. And then I think I was talking to Simon, and he was like, dude, just start soldering. You'll be great at it. And you know, I took my time and I had the right tools and it was easy. But yeah, I got into it, and I realized how much I liked it, and that's when I realized, shit, I gotta stop buying kits because I'm going to get myself divorced spending my life savings on keyboards if I keep doing this. And so yeah, therein enter the build service. And the build service quickly transitioned over because while I love building keyboards, there's parts of the build that I wouldn't say get boring, but just get time consuming. I mean, I've been streaming for 2.5 hours tonight. This is one of the longer builds. 60% for me, normally I'd be done at around this hour. But with all the gaskets that you have to install and everything else that's inherent to this keyboard, it just takes longer. And I mean, there's other form factors that are a lot larger than 60% that take longer as well. And so during those slower parts of the stream, that's where the build stream came in. And so what I'm trying to get at, I guess, is thank you guys for hanging out with me. And if the people come, they come. Or if it's just me chilling with a couple select homies, that's cool with me too. Because a couple select homies help keep the process of the keyboard build going for me when it starts to get a little slow. I get to go up on my little pedestal here, on my little rampage of a talking here, and you guys get to listen to me or mute me. I hope you're listening to me. Yeah, we enjoy it. We do enjoy it. We enjoy the process overall, but we also enjoy the chilling element with the peeps. So what will you be giving away today? Here we go. I'll give this piece of shit away. I'll give away this burned out power supply, this burned out DCO, or what is it, DCQC09 model power supply that I apparently plugged my phone into and it fried it. I've been funding a keyboard purchase with lube money. Wild times. That is true. I mean, it's wild. You can win this, just pay shipping. That's right. Shipping and handling are not included. Oh, and you want me to handle it for you. Oh, man. You're going to want me to handle this. You're going to want me to handle this bad boy for you. Oh, yeah. That's the other voice I don't think I've done yet. I don't think I've done the movie announcer voice guy. I used to have a pretty good one. Hold on, let me see if I can. In a world overrun with keyboard builders, one Max F will try and hold your attention and grab an audience. Meanwhile, KM 8741254 will try and make me famous through adviewers.com. I'm like shilling for like a buy followers site. This summer, Max will fight back. He's not gonna give in. Yikes. Somebody clipped that. I'll need to do like a recap of like all the stupid voices that I've done on stream. I just rotate out keyboards at this point. I have something that I can look at HHPV while I trade for trades and stuff. Yeah, there you go. The Unicorn and the Polaris. Both are dope. Unicorn's gonna cost you a pretty penny more though than the Polaris, I would think. Oh man. Oh shoot, I missed your question. Can I do this job with low financials as a student? Yeah, absolutely. What, keyboard building? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is just a kind of a part-time hustle for me. So here's what makes this easier. If you are, for example, like an audio engineering student or a cinematography student or into photography, anything like that will make the transition to what I'm doing right now so much easier. I'm super into photography, so like my camera setups are way more in depth than anyone starting out needs to be. Like, webcams right now are expensive, thanks coronavirus, but normally they don't need to be, and you can get set up with something close to what you see here for a much more reasonable price. But I have these are like mirrorless cameras that I have set up that are basically they're like multifaceted for me because I'm super into photography. You're an interior architect student, so hey, I mean, having a camera for interior architecture, I mean, that's good. That's a good thing to pick up. So I mean, you could justify it by, you know, getting a nice camera and, you know, utilizing it, you know, on multiple fronts, then yeah. But I mean, yeah, otherwise, if you're just getting a setup for this, I mean, grab a webcam, see if you like it, you know, and also start building a whole lot. You gotta like the build process. You gotta like the build process and to an extent, you have to like the interaction with viewers. Like, I mean, I like to talk, which is funny because I feel like I'm an introvert naturally, but I do like going up on my little pedestal and I like talking and chatting. I feel like, yeah, I'm one of those guys in a group of people to where, you know, conversation won't lull because I'm around, kind of deal. You know, I can always crack a joke or bring up a topic that gets the people going. And I can do that all by myself, obviously. Obviously, as you see me sitting here talking to myself for the past 2 hours, 34 minutes, and 4 seconds, 5 seconds, 6 seconds, you know, I mean, but yeah, some people just like to sit back and chill. I mean, for me, so here's the funny thing too. I just admitted I'm an introvert. When I do my personal builds, like, you guys won't be able to find the build I did of my own Matrix 1.2. It was my personal board, and I built it quietly by myself, and sometimes I just like to do that. So I mix it up. But yeah, overall, I like that element of interacting with people. And so if you want to do this and pull an audience, then yeah, you would need to be interactive. There's that certain element of it, and it's tiring. Like, it's so much more comfortable for me building, you know, a keyboard by myself, just in, you know, relaxing without anybody here, because there's a certain element of like, you've got to be on a little bit for the viewership on Twitch. So, but yeah, if you like that sort of thing, go for it. there are still plenty of opportunities for keyboard content creators. I mean, Nathan Kim really showed how it's, you know, such a viable opportunity. I mean, people want to see this sort of thing. And so yeah, absolutely, it helps too if you just have a magnetic personality. Review for the tube. What's up, man? I did not get a Polaris yet. I am still waiting. This is not mine. This is a this is a client's. Yeah, I know. I wish it was mine. Man, I had one. Did I tell you? I had one lined up, and it actually fell through. So Slack notifications didn't go through to the guy who was selling it, and so he proceeded, thinking that I wasn't interested, selling it to another person. Oh, I was bummed. I was like, no, it's all good. Like, he was a good friend of mine on Slack, and he was super apologetic, but I was like, no, dude. Oh, yeah, because I pinged him again like a day or two later. I was like, hey, what's the deal? Where are we at with the Polaris? Yeah, because he was gonna hook it up for a pretty good price, and it was a polycarbonate half plate on the wing keyless green, which was exactly what I was looking for. So I was bummed. It was built up with some switches. I can't remember what. I was just gonna desolder those, put something new in it. People are still on Slack. Yep. Ruff, I knew you a week back. You could have gotten all black with a black PVD weight. Oof. That's what's up. Wait, you wanted a green one. Yeah, I did. Right after I built yours, I wanted a green one. I didn't want a green one until I saw yours, and then I was like, damn, this is dope. You inspired me. I'm not getting mixed up, right? That's, yeah, there you are. Yeah, Nitsu, Justin. I still look at your name on Discord, I'm like, Nitsuj! And then I hold up a mirror and I'm like, oh wait, no, it's Justin. So this is a space gray. I think it's space gray is the name of this color. It's the gray one. It's purty. I know. Now I know, but my big dumb brain didn't put it together at first. I was like, Nitsuj. Yeah. Yeah, people don't get my name either because I have it all lowercase. And so people give me the Maxif. Hey, what's up, Maxif? They they slow Max. I'm like, Maxif? Or I'm like, it's Maxif. It's Max, my name, and then the first initial of my last name. But yeah, serves me right for picking a stupid name. Alrighty. Or like, remember when X's on Xbox Live just meant that's a space or a non-character? So people would be like, Ma F. That was the greatest. Ma F. Why is my Twitch name different from my Origins name? So my Origins name, so when I was playing video games, I used to play with a team called the Doctors. So I actually had a couple of different Apex Legends accounts. And so one of them is Dr. Maxif. All black with the brass logo. I should have heard. Oh, nice. So it's aluminum. That's dope. I bet that looks really, really good. Black on brass is, that's a big brain move. That's what my 1.2, my Matrix 1.2 is. It's black with the brass. All black. That all black life, baby. Yeah, that'll look dope. Have you built that thing yet? Ooh, and the PC plate. The only thing that looks better than the only thing is with black, red. Red plate, ooh, so good. Okay, nice, you're building it tomorrow. There you go, that's what's up. You'll definitely have to send me a pic or two of it once it's done. Yeah, we just built, I think, 6.5 last night. Or no, Tuesday night, I should say. It was nice. I liked it. It was a great build process. And a pretty board. We had a polycarbonate. I was really nervous about the integrated plate with the polycarbonate. Not with the plate, but with the top part of the case. Oh man, flipping that thing upside down. I was actually soldering the switches with the case sitting on bubble wrap. 1.2 navy with a red plate. Ooh, yeah, that would look good. Do you remember that 910 I built? The 910 SE I built for Tom? Did you guys see that? It's up on my Instagram. That was like a blue gray, the TKL blue gray, or the TGR blue gray with a red plate. Ooh, so good. Yeah, that actually got sold. The client I built that for doesn't have it anymore, and it got sold and actually rebuilt. Remsky rebuilt it. The client had me build it up with like a split backspace and a couple of other more like unique options that I don't know if necessarily the guy who bought it was into. He wanted the 2U backspace among other things. Which once you're putting in a 2U backspace, you pretty much have to just desolder it. With something nice like that, you don't want to risk the chance of bending the plate and throwing it off. Okay. The light bar red to match. You got to put the Knight Rider theme on it so that it like bounces back and forth. What's this link here? A soldering station? Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I can't vouch for the quality of Mustool, but Weller is a well-known brand. And Weller is also has a variable temp that you can put on it, and that really helps. Having that variable temperature and a quality component there in it. But yeah, more than enough. Something like right there. Weller is the brand. Weller, if I could type. So Weller is what I recommend to people if they don't want to go in with like a Hako or like a TS80 or something like that. And I wouldn't recommend a Hako these days. I would recommend the TS80 so far from what I see. I mean, this thing is just so nice. Look at the footprint difference. There's nothing else to this except a USB-C port that gets plugged in versus this and this and this. Like, there's so much bulkierness, much more bulk to the Hako. Bulkierness. Yeah, learn to talk, Max. Oh yeah. And these guys are cool too because this part of it doesn't get hot, and so you can actually pull this guy out when it's hot, when you're soldering, and it's like just a 3.5 millimeter jack, so you can actually change the tips out on it too. It's like the craziest little thing. It's so cool. The only thing I'd like to get to, I could see where like you could actually like mod the inner part of this with like an LED, and then so you could have like the LED when you were like, you know, like when you were soldering, you could have that thing turn on so you could actually see the components in like a darker room. Like I don't have to worry about it because I have light boxes and everything in here, but you know, the typical consumer, right? It'd make it so much better. All right, friends, let's go ahead and plug this thing in and get a test on the PCB here. G-Pone! Now there is a sight for sore eyes. G-Pone, how are you doing, my friend? Zach, what's up, my dude? I see you in chat. So, for those of you that didn't watch the Clackers Care event, G-Pone is my personal hero. So G-Pone, I don't know if you put 1 and 1 together, but I am the Max F that won Brian's Dolce shirt when you donated $900. I don't want to put that like out there in the open. I'm sorry I already did, but like, yeah, G-Pone coming in clutch with a huge donation for charity during that stream. I mean, it was public if you watched the stream, so it's not like I'm really putting anything out there. But yeah, when you donated, I had said in chat right afterwards, I was like, Brian, what do I have to, you know, what number? Because they were pulling for donations. They wanted to get to 4K before their portion of the stream was done. And you had gone in. You were like, I'll donate, you know, X number of dollars. And you know, you went into a thing with Jay, and I was like, what number do we need to hit to get your Dolce shirt? And Brian is like, my Dolce shirt, like because I know it's his favorite shirt, and so I think he's shipping that to me. He asked me for shipping the other day. So I have a funny editing project that's going to go hand in hand with that, and just a funny overall project. You should, G-Pone, you should slide into DMs on Discord, because I'm going to ultimately have something for you at the end of the day here. Like, nothing homo. I'm going to have something cool that you're going to want to have by the end of this thing. But it'll be funny. It'll be a funny little edit that I'm going to put together on YouTube. And I hope it turns out really great. I think from what I'm putting together on it already, I think it's really funny. But it's basically just a quick synopsis of that evening's events, and specifically me stealing Brian's Dolce shirt from him. So yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. All right, let me look here. We've got a USB-C cable right here. I'm not gonna blind myself, hopefully, with any LEDs. I'm not, but I see them working. Yeah, I gotta say, if you guys tuned in for the Think 6.5 build stream the other day, there is quite a large amount, or a lot of light that comes out of that thing. Oh, darn, I reformatted, and so I have switch hitter on here, but it is device ready. Polaris is set up and ready to go. That's kind of cool. The driver gets recognized instantly like that. All right, I have switch hitter on here somewhere. Where is it? Is it in my keyboard drivers folder? Keyboard drivers, switch hitter. Man, do I not have it? I know I've got friends. Where did I move switch hitter? This is a rip. I mean, I can always just go out and download it again. Is there anything that works better than switch hitter? Switch hitter's always just kind of been my go-to. Are we using anything different these days? Anything more aesthetic? Streamlabs, wow, keyboard drivers. Maybe I had it on the root of C. Maybe. I mean, I'm willing to roll with that. Either way, we can test this thing. We can go into, just temporarily, I think there's an HTML version of this thing that we can go into. Let's do keyboard tester. Definitely not an aesthetic look. I'll figure out what happened to switch hitter. I'll figure out what happened to hit the switch hitter and we'll fix it. But here's the keyboard tester. Oh, listen to that little clickiness. Oh man, do you guys love that sound? What about that? Okay. Did enter get jacked up? Hold on. No, enter did not get jacked up. And there's the function modifier. There's Windows. And there's a spacebar. Cool, we're good to go. Change it to Josh sound? What's Josh sound? Oh God. That's hysterical. I love it. I'm all in. I'm all in. Forget switch hitter. We're keeping that baby. Josh. We're absolutely doing that every time now. We're joshing it up over here, baby. I don't know if I missed it, but G-Pone, thank you so much for the follow. Pickle Boys, thank you as well for the follow. I think I caught you, Scurvy Sailor. Thank you guys so much for the follow. I appreciate you all stopping by. Hopefully you're all still here. I know Pickle Boys was following about 28 minutes ago. I missed you initially. I'm apologizing for that now. All right, beautiful. We saved ourselves from such a potential disaster here tonight, friends. Like, we almost started soldering this guy up without the inner liner between the PCB and the plate. Like, if you guys are just tuning in and if you haven't seen a Polaris before, the Polaris keyboard has a layer of switch foam in between the PCB and the plate there to further isolate sound and acoustics. And I came so very close to beginning soldering without putting that on. Just second nature, right? Okay, so next, as you guys can see, we've got these gaskets that are each on this thing. We've also got gaskets. You see these little guys here? Those are also gaskets on kind of like the side. So I need to make sure I shimmy this guy in here nicely without getting him pinched or off or anything. Yep, that one looks good. I don't want him peeling off or anything. That looks good, that looks good, and that looks good. There we go. Top of the board installed. Okay, we're looking good there. I'm excited for a second Polaris build. The first one sounded so good. All right, now we install the back of the case here. There we go. Now we clean up our desk a little bit. We can probably zoom this out a little bit too, now that we're done with the close-up. Oh, no bottom foam. Yes, of course, bottom foam. Again, now you guys are paying attention, keeping me in line with my normal shenanigans. We're absolutely putting the bottom foam in here. We have it a little bit up there. There we go. There we go. That's sitting pretty. Okay. That down there. This guy out of the way. Alrighty. The foam is for isolating. Yep, it is 100% for acoustics. Not much else to it. But yeah, really, it isolates all the components of the board to just isolate sound and make it sound just that much better. We have also deployed, I didn't show it to you guys a second time, but we have also deployed a whole bunch of electrical tape onto this PCB. So pretty much anywhere where the PCB is where it is open, right, with a switch or anything else, yeah, we pretty much fill in that guy with electrical tape, so that even eliminates further any sound and reverberation you get in the acoustics of the board. And yeah, this gray, what do you guys think? Looking good, right? Looking pretty fresh. Oh, that came right back out. I didn't push that down enough. How much necessary, and is it compatible with every kit? How much is foam necessary? Foam is not necessary at all. In terms of necessity, not at all. But when you're looking to get something sounding as best as you can, I mean, you know, the lengths at which these nerds in this keyboard world go to get things sounding good, it just never ends. So necessary? No, none of this is necessary. But I mean, I couldn't, and here's the deal. I've not broken down the actual sounds of these cases with the effects of what I have done on this build and without, because I'm not going to build a client's board to anything less than, you know, maximum effort, baby. Any Deadpool fans out there? And so, you know, I'm not gonna, if I get one of my own, maybe I'll build it up without any of the dampeners or the electrical tape or anything like that, just to see. I mean, you know, the one thing that people might cut out on this build would be the electrical tape, because, you know, that's a little more time consuming. But the dampeners, I mean, 9 times out of 10, unless you just don't have them for whatever reason, people are going to build this board with the dampeners. Those are going to be, you know, kind of just an easy clap on every build install for this board. It's just an easy way to increase the acoustic, well, they increase the acoustics in a nice way, the dampening of it and everything. You have to push down on this little guy just a little bit. You can see me like white knuckling it a little bit. I don't want to squeeze in too tight, but yeah, because of the gaskets, you got to make sure you get a good seal on this guy. Yeah, so not necessary at all. And I can actually show you, I have a product here off behind my desk that I just have rolled up. Occasionally I'll insert this. It's actually just a shelf liner. I can't remember, it's not a, you can get a couple of different types, but it's similar to this, where it's kind of like a foam that you get and you install in your board. And then that also kind of can dampen and isolate sound a little bit as well. Let's swap out this. Yeah, I'll show that to you here in just a minute. It's like a huge spool. You can get like a whole roll of it. Like you can get like a 25-foot roll of this shelf liner that I'm talking about, for like you know, $15 on Amazon. I think it's like toolbox shelf liner. What about the triple shot Zen caps? I love the technology. I love that they're doing the triple shots. I don't know if I'm in love with the aesthetic. All right, there we go, guys. Now forgive me, I'm not putting this board up to a vote for what keycap set I'm putting on it, because I already know I want to put Oblivion on this set. So if you are a fan of Oblivion, congratulations, you're getting something you like. And if you're not, well, too bad. Go watch somebody else's keyboard stream. That's the exact set going on it when it comes back to me. That's funny. Nice. Great minds think alike. That's a big brain move. 200 IQ. Let me get it real quick. Look at that though. Any nudes available? Looking pretty good. 8008 would be dope. I would love to get an 8008 set. Does anyone have one? Anyone, any 8008 available? Are GMK worth it? Yeah, I mean, I think so. So, but ePBT is also good. I think the battle between ePBT and GMK is going to be what goes down in this hobby is like the defining factor for people. People are either going to be like, I want GMK, I love nothing but GMK, and others are going to be like, I want PBT. I know that I go back and forth between the two. I'm generally more of a fan of PBT actually. But I've been going through a little bit of an ABS phase here too lately. So that's a difference in the plastics. So the molds themselves, to go into like a deep dive on your question there, the plastic mold that they use, it's actually a different consistency between PBT and GMK. And so, yeah, when you get down into the weeds of it, one feels totally different than the other. Spacebar actually killed ePBT. You know, it's actually not too bad though. Like the spacebar, I've been lucky in my history with it, or maybe you're right. Oh, whoops! I put the wrong pipe on. That's the wrong pipe. We don't do that. We do this pipe. What's my suggestion around the $50 to $60 mark for keycaps? It is hard to go wrong with key-rative blanks. If you are okay with blank keycaps, you can get shipped probably less than $40 a set of key-rative keycaps. And so in your $50 to $60 price range, you could get 2 sets of blanks. But nah, I mean, you're limited at that price point. I'd go quality over and saving and pushing up the price point maybe a little bit more to the $100 range, because I mean, if you think about it, the keycap is what you interface with directly. You can have the world's greatest build. If you have some cheap, thin keycaps on it, it's not gonna sound good. You're not gonna get the effect you want. Should we do the dope little, we don't have the, I guess we don't, nah, we gotta go with the regular step caps lock. I was thinking about putting the window key on the caps lock there, but I don't think so actually. I don't think that's gonna work. Just looking here. Okay, no, that's okay. I was looking there for a second. It looked like the step caps lock key was a little bit crooked, but I think we're okay. Is it just the switch? Oh no. Yeah, I might need to, I'm gonna need to go back. You guys will have to forgive me. I'm gonna have to go back and I'm gonna have to straighten up the caps lock key. I'm not gonna do it tonight because that's gonna slow it down a little bit. But yeah, you'll have to forgive me. You guys are gonna see it now and you're gonna be like, once I see it, I can never unsee it. Maybe the camera angle will make it look better, but that caps lock is crooked. We are going back and we are fixing that. And by we, I mean me. I will do that on my own time. I will open the case back up and I will fix it. It's a pretty quick and easy fix. I'm just gonna be desoldering it and putting it in there straight. But if you know me, you know I don't tolerate crooked keycaps and crooked switches. That can get the fuck out of here. I don't typically curse, but I will on that front. Excuse my language, Mom. We're not doing any crooked keycaps. GMK prices aftermarket are absolutely awful. I 100% agree. But the GMK keycaps in group buy are not terrible. You can generally get a full set of GMK. You can get a base kit for in and around the $130 mark. Maybe even less depending upon what set you're looking at and depending upon how many keycaps come in the base set. And so I 100% do not recommend paying aftermarket or anywhere close to it for a GMK set. You should be paying about $150 for your GMK sets. Anything more you got? What plate is that on the Polaris? We've got the FR4 plate on this bad boy. White on black is 90. Yep. White GMK white on black, and you can never have too much white on black. Trust me on this. Trust me. Listen to me. Listen to me. White on black is the way to go. Oh no. Where's my... Do I not have a 7U spacebar? Where's my spacebar? Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. I guess give me just a second here. I'm a little distracted. Oh no, rip. But it might not have. I might not be missing anything. Did Oblivion Round 1 come with a 7U spacebar? I'm wondering if I'm missing it or if I potentially have it somewhere. I thought it did, right? It came with a spacebar, didn't it? What are we gonna do? We need a spacebar. Okay. I think it's so, but I don't know where my 7U spacebar is right now. So we're just gonna type like this, spacebarless. No, I'm just kidding. We'll put a spacebar in it. We'll find it. I wonder if I have it in a box. In a box. One spacebar. One box. There. It ain't in that box. Alright, well, we'll uncover it. I'm sure it'll turn up somewhere. In the meantime, we can use that Dolch spacebar. That wouldn't look too off, but I think what we need, if we're gonna mix it up, and what would be okay? A red spacebar? Oh wait, no. Do I have one of these? Oh, this is saying no. That's not saying no. Dag, Bubbles. What's going on, buddy? I have tried JTK. They're not too bad. They're not too bad. They're not too bad. What about this? How heretic is this? Is that like low-key awful? Did I put beige on it? Beige is not gonna look good though. I don't know if I even have it. I don't know where it is right now. It's in a box somewhere. It's gotta be. This will work for now. High key awful. Yeah. Kind of matches the code button. Alright, how bad is it if I do this? That spacebar is it's a rough move. Dolch is not going to be a good match either on it. This is a rip, guys. I don't know where my 7U is. We can do this though. Ugh, it's still not good. It's better, right? But it's still not good. Yikes. Got any white 7Us? We might have a slightly off-white 7U. Andy is talking about how he started? What do you mean? Yeah, it's not really a white. That's more like a beige. What do you think? Should we do something like that? No, I don't think that works either. I think the Dolce is the best right now. I think stealing Dolce is the only way to go. That's a rip. We'll find it. It's all good. All right, let's see what we got here. You can. I mean, you can write on anything with permanent marker. So, I mean, you're asking a technical question, and the technical answer is yes. All right, let's just use this. We'll be all right. It's not the cleanest aesthetic, but it'll get the job done. All right. Let's not get too rowdy up in chat here. All right, let's do this. Let's go here and open up monkey type and do a capture here. There we go. All right, and now we need a cable. I have a longer USB-C cable that will work better. This guy just uses this crazy contraption. Oh, and actually, before I get into it too, let me guys show you this monstrosity that I built with this ghetto Dolce spacebar. Oh wait, no, you know what? We're not gonna do this. We're not gonna do that cable. I have a cable. Alright, hold up. Let's go here. Boom! Hello everybody! Oh my goodness. Let's look. Boom. Smile for the YouTube, everybody. It's not the greatest. It's definitely not the greatest with that spacebar. But no, it doesn't look bad. I mean, Oblivion never looks bad. Yikes, though. That spacebar. What have I done? It's a monster! What have I done? Yeah. There we go. Your dinner is ready, sir. Cool. All right, looking pretty good, guys. I think so, at least. Minus the space bar, but we'll be all right. There are worse things that can happen in the world. All right, let's go here and get no longer USB-C cable. The coil. Got coils and coils and coils. Coils for days on this USB-C cable. Boom. There it goes. All right. Let us all hear this for the first time. See what it sounds like. Hold on. Where am I going here? I'm going to go here, and I'm going to turn that off. Turn off music. Turn off. There we go. Groovy. All right, boys and girls. Let's see what this thing sounds like. Yep, sticky keys is on. All right. Ooh, good deal. What do you guys think? Pretty dope, huh? Nice, nice, nice. Very tasty. Oh yeah. Redo. Oh no. In your experience, what is the best sounding board you have ever used? Oh man. The best sounding board? Yikes. Yeah, probably like best sounding? Probably like, I don't know. I mean, damn, that green Polaris, right? Top three would probably be the Corsa is probably the best top mount I've ever used. The best sounding gasket mount I've ever used is probably the 356. And the best tray? Probably like a duck poker, but that's like old school. You know what was really good sounding? It was probably the M65 with the Xandas. that I had built by Simon. That was actually a really, really good sounding board. The clip does sound really good too. Yeah. Redo. Oh no. Oh no, I'm slow. I'm so slow and so bad. I type bad. It feels bad. Okay, where are we doing this? How do you rate the Polaris sound out of 10? And the OTD Mini is 10? Oh, I mean, God, if the OTD Mini is 10, the Polaris is probably like a solid like 7, 7.5. The Polaris is really good. The Polaris is really good. I mean, God, it sounds like it's so muted. There's nothing moving around in there. I'm slow tonight. I'm really liking the sound of being stocky and quiet. Are they filmed? No film. And typing feel wise, if you compare it to the OTD Mini, what are your thoughts for the Polaris? It might be a little less flexy. I don't have one that I can do like a side by side on. Man, that's a tough call. It's flexy though. I mean, look at how much that moves, guys. I mean, it's a nice comfy feel. That's for sure. Like when is it AI or when IO3 made this thing, I mean, he put some thought into the acoustics of it for sure. I'm just like not, either like not paying attention or I'm like making typos, typing like wrong words, like not reading. I think it's just because it's the tail end of the week and I'm tired. Man, this is pretty cool though. I like it. So what is your preferred plate for the Polaris? Half plate or full plate? After trying both of them now, I'd say I'm probably partial to the half plate. I think that the half plate feel and just that little extra added flex is pretty nice. Now I built both an FR4 here tonight and the FR4 half plate. So I built both plate materials in FR4 and one half, one full. To be honest with you though, because of this gasket mount system, like this I have more flex than this has more flex than the Unicorn. Like the Unicorn mounting system doesn't give it much flex. Like look at this, guys. Especially down here because it's got that cut. This one's brass though. I mean, so naturally this one's going to be less flexy than this one. Yeah, it's nice. Either way you cut it. I mean, Polaris is one of the best sounding boards for sure. And for the price point, I mean, especially if you got into the group buy, it was just an absolute steal. Yeah. Really like it though. Ooh wee. Nice. I'd say another successful build in the books, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, let me catch up here on chat real quick. And let's cue up the music again. Boom. There we go. Stole my Dolch space bar. That's ghetto. I can't believe I had to do that. Guys, I need to find my 7U for that thing. We will have to find it. Oh my god. You can usually barely scratch 100 on 60s. Oh, the Asai, I missed you there, man. Hopefully you're still here. Yeah, absolutely. Super stoked on this. I think you'll really be liking it. Ooh, talking to me soon about the TMO and the Rukia. Nice, that's what I'm talking about. Looking forward to those. Yeah, beautiful Polaris here. Again, let's take a look here. So tiny. What's up, Flippy? Yeah, we're building a small little 60% here tonight. Just like we got the dueling 60s here on the desk. Wait, so you are a network engineer. Let's see those number pads. I know you have some pads for all those IP. No, I actually can touch type alpha. I can actually touch type numero, and so I don't actually have number pads. I used to. I actually had a TGR Tris for a bit, but that actually got moved. Yeah. Yeah, I do not type on the pad, on the number pad. So yeah, guys, this was fun though, as usual. Always fun, always chill, always fun. Again, let's take another look here at it. There is tonight's build. A nice clean space gray Polaris 60% in the wing keyless. Got the cool little side profile. Here's the back profile for you guys. The USB-C cutout. Here's the back. And yeah, I'm super stoked on this thing. So the real question is, when are you hopping onto Apex? Oh my goodness. It's like 12 o'clock. Maybe tonight. I don't know. Maybe I'll play a game or something tonight. We'll see. All right, let's take a look here real quick. Give me just 1 second, my friends. Let's take a look here. I'm gonna have put a different key set on this to like actually photograph it, because putting that Dolch spacebar on it, that's gonna look funny in pictures. I need to stop being ghetto. I need to see if I can find that Oblivion spacebar. Sorry about that tonight, guys. It's like an eyesore. I build up this beautiful board and I don't have the proper space bar. There we go. Maybe we'll just picture it like that and you can see the Polaris logo on it. How do I like the inks overall? I do like inks overall. And you know, I don't think I really did touch on it quite yet. So inks, Gateron inks are a pretty good linear. Very smooth. It is a mouse mat on my chair. I'm trying to straighten it out a little bit. So my thoughts on Gateron inks. There is something which is opinionated about the sound of Gateron inks that saying it's crunchy is not the right word. I use that word and I know it draws negative connotation. It is not crunchy. Do I prefer the ink over the alpaca? Nah, I think I like the alpacas more. Yeah, it is not crunchy by any means, but you kind of hear, I don't know if it's something. Like that one might just need to be swapped out. If you hear that I key kind of crunch, that I key I might need to just swap out. I'm gonna give myself a note right now to not only straighten up the caps lock on this thing, but take a look at the I key as well. So let me do that right here. And so yeah, but yeah, it kind of like that crunchiness that comes in on the I key happens more on the Gateron inks than I think it does on other switches. Like I don't think that's actually right. It's not the springs, it's the leaf within the housing. I think these R1 Gateron inks had more wiggle room, which is why you had the leaves that would fall out. If you want a if you want a budget good linear, what are the options? Retooled black. I mean, that's $30. You can get 100 of them for $30 on Arrow if you time it right. So Arrow restocks Cherry MX blacks, the retooled variants of them. And as they get low on quantity, the price goes up. And then when they restock, the price drops down to somewhere in like the 25-cent per switch range. And so if you crush it at the right time, oh, it's dirt cheap to get retooled blacks. So if you're going like true budget. Now, if you're like upping it a little bit, yeah, Gateron inks. If you're upping the budget a little bit, Gateron inks are a good spot to look. Novelty creams, the alpaca switches, like all these newer linears that are coming out, I can recommend. I've heard really good things. The T1s are linear, right? I've heard really good things about the T1s. I'm interested to see what Zeal is doing with this like new triple clicky linear tactile switch combo. Oh, T1s are tactiles, excuse me then. So not T1s for linears, obviously. But yeah, I mean, Cherry MX Black is a pretty good go-to. Cherry MX Black, Greetech Black is a good economic option as well. Greetech. Greetech Black is actually the same factory that makes the Razer switches, if I remember correctly, and they come out of that same factory. And are a lower key. They're not green or anything crazy. Are a lower key, good smooth option, kind of similar, right, to the retool. So yeah, definitely I can recommend those two. What else have we got out there for linears? Do I have a link for Retool Black? New types. You missed it. Yep, another Polaris tonight, though. Yep. I can show it off to you here again in a second. Yeah, let me see if I can find Arrow, Retool Black, Cherry. I believe it's the NW. Yeah, it's this guy. So I wonder if the prices went up over the board. I believe it's cheaper than this, but I wonder if the prices went up. So is currently not available. say they restock on this guy, so you just have to watch when they restock. I haven't put in an order for this in a while. I'm assuming it's here. Hold on. I'm assuming you can still get this. But Arrow is the website, and it's the MX1A NW. The NW, if I'm remembering correctly, NW means it's with the 5-pin on the bottom of the switch. You know what I'm talking about, right? The PCB mount option. I believe NW has it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's this guy right here that has the 5-pin. See how there's that pin right there? So on the pins, it's 1, 2, 3. Oh, this is hard to do. 3, 4, and then the middle guy's 5. So when people say 5-pin switches, they mean PCB mount. So it's got those. There's a better angle. Hey, what's up, Golf Wang? We actually just are closing it out. So if you missed it, you missed the whole thing. Here's the sounds of it, though. Today we built a Polaris in blue keyless with space gray. I just took the space bar off because I had a ghetto setup with a Dolch, with my Dolch space bar on this guy because I don't know where my Oblivion 7U space bar is right now. This is built up with Gateron inks, lubed Gateron inks 205G0. So now we're just chilling and hanging out here for a little bit. So yeah, guys, let me just go up on my pedestal again here and chat for a second. I want to say thanks everyone for hanging out tonight, following and subscribing for all of you that did that. Again, we do these streams Tuesdays and Thursday nights, build streams. They're pretty much North American friendly since I work during the day. And do I think Novel Keys has retools in right now? They might. Sometimes they restock those things, and yeah, I mean, you just got to find a decent price for it. So again, if you guys are interested in having me build something for you, I have the build service offered in the link down below, and feel free to slide into DMs if questions for me on building a keyboard and the process inherent to it. I'm always happy to talk keyboards with fellow enthusiasts, and even happier to build something for you. That's how I do this. These builds are not mine 90% of the time. They're client builds, and so I always appreciate you guys sending me something cool to build. So again, Tuesday night we are going to be looking at building either a polycarbonate Polaris, or if the switches come in time, we will be building a Singa 75%. One of those two boards we might just do a little surprise ad hoc stream over the weekend on Saturday or Sunday if we get the switches in for the Singa here soon. I need to reach out to my switch connection there on that. I need to reach out to Remsky. So yeah, and again, as you see there in the chat, the giveaway, as soon as we reach 1,000 giveaways, we're going to be doing a keycap artisan giveaway from a good buddy of mine. I'm going to be commissioning 3 keycaps, one for each social media account that we get to 1,000 followers. We're going to be giving them away all here. We'll probably do something fun, maybe some like marbles match or something like that, or maybe some sort of like, you know, poll or something that we'll give away on those socials. And then, yeah, again, we are sponsored by Zeal PC. They've got a whole bunch of great products on Zeal PC if you guys are looking for switches, stabilizers, anything along those lines. The Zeal PC keyboards are sold out right now, but always keep an eye on him for new updates. We're also sponsored by Mint Autumn. Mint Autumn and Jack Static are fantastic members. Well, Mint Autumn is Jack Static, but Jax is a fantastic member of the community, a truly great, generous guy. And he does not have products on his website right now, but he will shortly. And so new things on the horizon there. Some definitely things I'm looking forward to testing out and showing off to you guys. Flippy has followed. Thank you very much for the follow, Flippy. And thank you guys all for hanging out tonight. Let's see if we can find somebody to raid here before we sign off. So don't go anywhere quite yet. And as I said, we will be back most likely at some point over the weekend. All right, let's go to the creator dashboard here. Who's live? I don't really know if Andy's live. You guys want to stream Andy? Andy Wynn, I think, is building something. Let me see what he's working on right now. He's just chatting at the moment. I wonder if he's getting ready to build something. Andy is talking about how to get started on YouTube and Twitch. There we go. That looks like it might be of interest to some people. I know someone was actually talking in chat about what it takes to get something like this started. So there we go. That'll be interesting. Yeffy with the 100 bits, or with the 500 bits too. Yeffy, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you for that. All right, guys. Yep, and then for the socials, everything is linked there down below too. So definitely check in, hop in Discord, join us there, chat around, you know, and yeah, I hope to see you guys over the weekend, and then definitely back here on Tuesday. So yeah, let's go ahead and raid Andy and bring that up here. Boom. All right, guys. I'm probably gonna go like play some video games or something. You guys enjoy Andy's stream. He's a real cool guy. Also does a lot of keyboard related content. So stick around. We will be doing more keyboard content in the future, and I will catch up with you guys soon. Have a wonderful night, everyone, and a great weekend.
Questions for other people trying to get into the niche as well, or into content creation as a whole.